Well, we have just a moment to get this sorted out. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the continuation of the most bullshit week in the world. It's fine. There have been some good things, most of them bad. This now marks day 5 with no internet. We're fine and normal. How are you? Everything is good here, and we're certainly not losing our minds. I'm gonna just tone these down a little bit. They're very bright. But yeah, so there's construction out by the street, and as I
It's
learned,
gonna be great. There's gonna be sidewalks, an actually really good bus station. I'm going to keep telling myself this because if I don't,
so
I'm going to kill somebody.
So, without doxing ourselves here, our house abuts a somewhat major road, but a road that has not had, like, a road that has not been pedestrian friendly.
Yeah, it's a historically black district.
Because it's also a historically black district.
So no sidewalks for us.
Right. No grocery stores, no sidewalks. And now the city is working on, has been actually for like a couple of years now, working on fixing that. By improving bus transit and adding sidewalks, making a more walkable area. Eventually, so we've been told. But in the meantime, what's happened is a whole bunch of crap has gotten broken, and the latest casualty was a trencher that went right through our fiber line. Which that in and of itself, genuinely, I didn't think would be that big a deal. I thought we'd be out of internet for a day, maybe two at the most.
It was a day or two.
Last time it happened, it was a day or two, and that time it was my fault.
Although the time before that, it was their fault, and it was a day.
Right, this is the third time this has happened. Twice it's been construction. Once it was us. I think we're on a list. If the folks at our ISP don't know that it's the line cutters again, then that feels like a breakdown in communication. But anyway, yes. And speaking of breakdowns in communication, I'm gonna just tell you the whole saga because I need to get it out of my system where it can't hurt me. So we originally had an appointment scheduled because, of course, we pinged like the moment that we saw that the line was broken. I'm like, okay, let me get on the horn with somebody and be like, hey, can you send somebody else out? And they're like, well, let's try restarting your router first. I'm like, that's not gonna do anything. And after a few rounds of that, we got to, oh yeah, your line's like fully cut, huh? I'm like, yes. They're like, okay, we'll send out somebody to put in a new line. I'm like, cool, great. And that was going to be Saturday evening, which was, inconvenient but livable. It's fine. We'll spend a couple of days just doing the stuff around the house. We'll be okay. And then on like somewhere between Friday night into Saturday morning, I got this notice that, there's an outage in your area, and as a result, your appointment is on hold. I'm like, there might be an outage in the area, which I still don't actually know whether or not even that's true.
Here's the thing that gets me is why did they think a general area outage, probably someone ran into a pole or something somewhere, and that would fix our cut line?
Right, let's assume for a second that there was an outage. Not impossible. It does happen.
Thunderstorms all week.
There have been thunderstorms. Maybe something fell. But regardless, there was an outage, and because of the outage, they're like, your appointment is on hold. I'm like, if there's only one person to repair lines, that makes sense. If it's, we think that once the outage is cleared, your problem will go away, then someone's going to be in for a nasty surprise. And
someone was us.
And that someone was us because they canceled our appointment quietly. So I called back and was like, hey, we didn't get an appointment. Can I like reschedule as soon as possible, or are they still on the way? And they're like, there's an outage in your area. I'm like, cool. I also checked your website and it says there has been no outage since Friday night. So the outage was never the problem as far as we're concerned. And it certainly isn't the problem now. Can you reschedule? And they're like, oh, my goodness, you're so right. There's no outage in your area. Did you know? And I'm like, this is brand new information. So I got that rescheduled, and I had to call back again today to be like, are we still on? So Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Middle week, we'll finally have, by the next time I stream, we'll actually be back on fiber. But I am...
Now, the important context here is I work from home.
Yeah, you work from home in a very...
I'm not socialized for the general public. Do you want me? No.
I'm grateful that we have other options, but yes, they are far from ideal. Luckily, I figured out through by virtue of the fact that we've had the same provider for cell service for like almost 2 decades. We're apparently in a like specialty zone where they're like, hey, you can
You guys
briefly.
signed on back when we were chumps and we were making this deal about lifetime.
Yeah, back in like the early days of Netflix when it was actually a good service. But we signed on early enough that I was able to upgrade our hotspot, which so far seems to be working. Y'all let me know if I'm sounding robotic or otherwise. But we're gonna give it a shot for the stream tonight, and based on according to my calculations, it should be fine. And then by the next time we stream, we should be back on Fiverr, or else I'll be very, very upset. Hi, Pedro. Hi, JJ. I hope you're both doing well. I hope your weeks have been less full of nonsense. There's also been a bunch of other nonsense. We don't need to talk about that. The internet's the important one that I wanted to vamp on. It's honestly, it's not that bad in the grand scheme of things, but it has been an absolute circus just trying to get it fixed, and that's one of those things. And it's Monday, yeah. So it's just been that kind of thing. We regret you inform you that it is Jafar. We realize this is not ideal. Yes, correct. So we're back with more Planescape tonight. Last session, I got to do my voice acting credits for the year. Because we had so much text to get through. It's all genuinely, it was all good text, with the possible exception of the Giz Their Eye Bible. But otherwise, like, it was all fine. It was a lot of good stories. We went to the Sensorium to try and get some details. We managed to unlock like more secret backstory and find out that why he was in the pillow in the first place, and that we were the one who got him out, and he's been following us ever since out of a sense of guilt. And honestly, I think it was a good conversation. I don't know how Mort feels about it, but I feel closer to the skull, and that was an unexpected treat. But we did also get the clue that like maybe these memories over in the Sensorium. I fought my better instincts and went to all of the like 20 experiences in the free zone, which were neat stories, but didn't actually like advance the plot in any way. And then the moment we went to the private sensate only sensorium, the very first one, we actually like connected to Ravel the Night Hag across space and time, possibly, and it got kind of an open invite. And I forgot if it was there or something adjacent to that told us something about like the portal was we've been pointing to the foundry. We've been pointing to the foundry, which I think is the thing that the godsmen are occupying. So we got to go back and talk to the godsmen and figure out how to get in. At the moment, I think we did actually talk to them briefly, and the guy at the gate was like, "Unless you're here on a work order, get out." And also, we're not accepting any new work orders. So we might have to find somebody who has a work order for them and become an errand person to go into the place to do the thing.
Make sure that you. There are plenty of side quests. We should make sure that we're covering them all and pick up more people.
Well, I still haven't found the decanter of endless water, which I'm getting close to just flat out asking about, because I've been assuming this whole time that we're going to go somewhere and get that, but it seems, I don't know, maybe that's still true. Don't tell me yet. But yeah, so that's on the list. There's Ingress, who I definitely want to help out, but I also don't know how. There's technically the roguelike Modron maze dungeon that kicked my ass. So yeah, a lot of options. Been a while since we had to break the news that it is, in fact, Jafar and his terrible blue friend. My assumption is that Ravel used magic to foresee what questions we would ask in what order. Yeah, it's a very they did a bit like this in the Don't Blink episode of Doctor Who. It was very funny. But I don't know. That was a cool scene. I think we do still have 2 more experiences in the sensorium that I kind of want to click on just to see if we get more details, or just more fun stories. So we're probably going to start with more text dump, not as extreme as last time, but at least a couple more quick little bits. Assuming that the other 2 aren't Ravel going, "I've already told you what you need, get out of here," which would be very funny. But then we got to figure out how to get into the foundry and have them to. I guess it never occurred to me that a portal was just a thing you could manufacture. Just it feels like a more mystical and or naturally occurring sort of phenomenon. But we'll just go ask. We'll just go ask. Hey, can you make us a portal? We've got this bloody handkerchief. I promise the two are related. And we'll see what they say. There's some exploits for the Rubicon. That's good to know. I don't. I think we'll save that. Oh yeah, we also have a plush doll of the Lady of Pain that I was going to click on that I still have technically as my like alternative, but it seems less and less like that's the intended route. And I don't know if that was a thing that was added with the enhanced edition for people who just didn't want to do all the steps that we're currently doing, or if it's a whole unrelated thing and getting mazed is going to send us somewhere else that is unhelpful. Like a maze.
Did Did you get the bronze sphere to Farad?
Yeah, you had to get the bronze spear to Farad.
Did you get it back from him?
I don't think so. I don't have it anymore. Is that important?
It could be interesting.
Could be interesting. All right. We know that he got like sliced and diced by the phantoms off camera after we left. Not off camera. It was on camera. It was away from us. I haven't gone back there since. I guess we could wander back that way and see if we can find his secret hidey hole of treasures. Maybe that's where the decanter is. Might notice more similarities to Doctor Who throughout the game. That's fair. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Honestly, it was a very good era. Use the exploit to do the whole hard mode without resting or even healing. That's very good. Okay, maybe I will give that a shot. Gosh, how do I ask this question? There's been an implication. Okay, this is a hey chat moment. I'm asking for spoilers here. So if you don't want spoilers, then wait for a bit and then scroll up, down, or up. Either way, scroll away. Okay, so the Rubicon, which is the roguelike Modron maze thingy, if we beat that on a difficulty, obviously not easy because I think we got through it on easy, but if we beat it on like normal or hard, is that what leads to us finding the Modron companion whom we can give the beer goggles? That's my question. Because if it's that, I might do that. That's almost worth it. There's at least 2 of the dolls of the Lady of Pain lying around. Someone told me 3, but I don't know where it is. I mean, yeah, rule of 3, obviously, it makes sense that there'd be a third one, but I wonder if they all go to the same place or if they're like to different mazes. I don't even know that it goes to a maze. That seems logical, you know? That one I'm not asking for an answer on. He's in there, but not at the boss. Both their locations are random. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. So in the Rubicon, but not necessarily at the end.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. Do I want a Modron?
Yeah.
Well, but I've also been told that the flaming guy at the bar
Yes.
is a companion, and I think I only have 1 slot left. So, like, I think we're at an either or scenario. But if I can't find the decanter of endless water, then we can't get Ignis out. At which point we go get a Modron. Modron there. Which, to be fair, I like the idea of having a Modron friend. That sounds wonderful. Either way, we've got the action figure, and that's really the important part. Nordom? No.
Yep.
His name is Modron backwards?
Yes.
That's not fair. Probably the most complicated character to recruit as it is. Yeah, that seems correct. Anna and Mort kind of came for free. Dakon, we just had to talk to. Fall from Grace, we had to do like a very brief side quest without even leaving the zone. And yeah, Ignis, it sounds like we just find an item and then we're there. But then, yeah, and then there's this Nordom. That's so. Oh, I love it. Okay. On that note, before we get into the game, we need to talk about the warnings. And yeah, so far, stream health seems okay. I'm very impressed by a hotspot. So content warnings for tonight's stream are more comprehensively listed over at doesthedogdie.com, their entry for Planescape Torment, which you can find by clicking the link in our CW tag. I can tell you that there's been lots of descriptions of gore and pain and horrible things. There is a lot of sort of existential crises as a matter of course. There's definitely been a lot of religion, and we're about to go to a zone run by people called the Godsmen, so might be more of that. That's about the end of what I can tell y'all on that front. So yeah, for the rest, check out doesthedogdie.com and check out the entry for Planescape Torment, where you will find most likely both a more comprehensive list of warnings and also some details on ones that you may have specific concerns about, so that you can be best prepared for what's going on. All right, why are you? I'm going to do some lighting. Y'all bear with me, please.
No.
Okay, then I don't know, some other animal with me. That work there? That washes out my face more, but it washes out my eyes less. It's just I keep noticing that I'm seeing my ring light in my Well, it's just gonna be there forever now. All right, that's fine. Okay, so on that note, great. And Cody, okay, I just got a notice of some dropped frames. We'll see if that continues to be an issue. But in the meantime, we will attempt to game. OBS, there we go. Resume. Resume life. Thank you again for the hint on how to get to the inn last time. We did go ahead and rest. All right, so we head back to the person over here whose name I should have remembered but haven't. Splinter? Splinter. That's it. Because I made lots of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle jokes, which, you know, not the nicest of me, but there we are. Splinter! How can you help me? Show me the sensoriums. Private one. Alright, so there's that one. That's the one that we did. Let's go here. Let's do purple and then blue. The inscription around the base of this sensory stone indicates that it holds the experience week-long hunting trek across the forests of Arborea. Did you look around to the inn while you were there? Nope, we can do that after. You're standing in a circle of white tents deep in the woods somewhere. The trees around you are by far the largest you've ever seen. Suddenly, though, there's an odd prickling sensation at the back of your skull. Your surroundings melt into a colorless smear and slowly resolve into what looks like the interior of a large gray sphere. Across from you stands a figure almost identical to yourself. His eyes flash in the half-darkness. A mad smile splits his features. I knew you'd come. Oh, greetings, greetings, so good to see you, he sneers. I bid your murderous tongue to be silent. That's right, murderous. Your pretend innocence is laughable. Who are you? Oh, don't you know? Didn't all these filthy, lying, thrice-be-damned journals tell you who I am? Those journals that were so conveniently left for me when I awoke. Those journals that called me an incarnation. Ha! Burned them all, I did. All that I found. Oh no. It's another one of us. You're one of my earlier incarnations? You put stock in such trash? Yes. What did the lying journals say? Spoke lies, and damn lies, nothing more. Filth about a man who forgets himself. Other incarnations preserving their experiences in writing. Later lives could benefit. Thieves! It's my life. Mine! You all want to steal my body, you won't have it. Where am I? Oh, this. He gestures around him, snickering. Just a little trap is all. I realize that killing you body thieves might not be enough. I might have to trap you and snare you for eternity. You may have realized by now there's no way out of this sensory stone. Your mind is locked there. You'll note the rather sparse surroundings I've left for you, all to help the madness set in good and quick while your flesh rots away. Feels very mist-coated. You're just everywhere. Yeah, we really get around, hey? Questions? Your earlier incarnation crosses his arms and looks away indignantly. Save for a few more tufts of hair on his head, he's identical to you. Even his arms have most of the tattoos yours do. Did you put those tattoos on? No. That one incarnation, the practical one, did. Tried to burn them off. The skin regenerates with the tattoos still on them. I tried to tear them off. Stain them with acid. Hate them. Read the tattoos. His eyes grow wild. Stop that! Stop reading me! Tries to cover himself with his arms, turning away from you. Keep reading. The figure's eyes grow even wilder. Stop! Stop now! I'm warning you! Turns away from huddling up to cover more of his body. You see on his back the list of tattooed warnings that Mort once read you at the mortuary. There is, however, one line at the bottom that Mort had neglected to read aloud. So this is the second path to get the same information, and I do love that. Don't trust the skull. Your previous incarnation grows more and more frantic as you keep peering at him. I'm warning you for the last time. Stop! I respect that our previous incarnation also does not like to be perceived. You can't threaten me. You're a recorded memory, an apparition. I'll just keep reading them until you let me out of here. He howls like a madman, thrashing wildly, clawing at his arms and frothing at the mouth. Out, 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 out. And like that, everything ends. You find yourself standing in the sensorium once more, slightly befuddled, but quite unharmed. Wow. We're even a dick to past us. Base of this aquatic bluestone has been sculpted so it appears to have melted into the pedestal it rests upon. A stream of perfect azure tears drip down the sides, framing the inscription beneath the pedestal. Longing. The easiest way out of that trap. Good. As you place your hands upon the stone, it's... Listen, we can't all beg and whine 3 times until the armoire falls asleep. Some of them have to be straightforward. As you place your hands upon the stone, its surface ripples beneath your touch. A chill washes over your arms, like plunging your hands into a mountain stream. Submerge. As you close your eyes, you blink and reopen them. Your eyes are brimming with tears. You're overcome with the terrible sensation of drowning. As the sensation rolls through you, there's a stirring in your breast. Hunger. Poisonous like a serpent, biting into your heart. Wouldn't it be venomous? Until you feel as if your breast will explode. You want desperately to steady yourself. Focus, but all that comes to your eyes is tears. Wipe away the tears. You raise your hand to wipe away your tears. Your hands are soft, delicate, woman's hands. You know, as you find. They brush the stray tears from your cheek, and you cup them in your hands, each of the tears like jewels shimmering in the lights. Examine the lights. There are 4 lights. The lights are cast by candle globes that drift through your sanctuary. You come to this place to gather your thoughts, to reflect on the past with an eye toward the future, to cleanse the mind before the coming journey. Yet you cannot concentrate. Your thoughts remain in the present, trapped here by the terrible feeling that rides in your breast. What did he mean? Close your eyes and sigh. You close your eyes, but his words echo in your mind 100, 1,000 times. Will he ever return? The sound is a whisper, an echo. Only you, only you. Yet you hesitated at the brink of time's door, and he must have thought you were afraid to go. But you were not. You were afraid to stay. And the fear, the serpent, rises in your breast again. Its fangs biting into your heart, filling it to bursting with its poison venom. The tears come again, running down your cheeks in streams, his words echoing. Only you. Only you. Your eyes snap open. It is his voice. You whirl and you gasp. He stands, powerful in the shadows, and he strides into the light of the drifting candled globes. You feel the serpent writhing and dying. He returned. His face stern, but somewhere in those features you can almost see his pleasure at seeing you. After all, he returned for only you can help me, Dionara. But it was wrong for me to ask you for your help. You speak. Dionara, yet you. It is you, grey-skinned like a statue, striding from the light. You are that scarred? Your body looks like it has been bathed in knife blades, the wounds, the tattoos, horrible. Yet you see through Dionara's eyes, and she sees... How can she see you in such a way? She puts a cloak over your features. She sees you in such light, such terrible longing light. How can she feel such? Brace yourself, hold on. You feel your vision tearing, doubling, until you are that man striding from the light. It is you, but not you. You feel yourself being torn. It's Dionara's experience, but at the same time, it's yours, and you... What? I asked too much of you to accompany me, Dionara. I have no right to place you in such danger for my sake. We should go back and talk to her dad after this, maybe. It's your words, but they are a surgeon's words, chosen with cold skill, without a trace of emotion. With every word, you feel yourself sneering inside, knowing what the stricken girl will see next through her longing-stained eyes. And who... Are you that person? That man twisting her with your words, not knowing how powerful they are to her? Like bolts from a ballista piercing her breast. She sees only relief at your return. How could she feel and not know you mean to?
Side note.
Yaha?
Thought is excellent
We did
show.
just finish catching up on the latest episode of the Vampire Lestat, which has been a surprisingly good season. I think in part, especially because it's diverging from canon in a way that still matches the original vibes. Uh,
And
Speaking of vibes,
the mindfuckery is
the
delightful.
mindfuckery is delightful. I agree.
Specifically, the relationship
Mm-hmm. I've come to ask your forgiveness, Dianara. I shall return to you as soon as I'm able. Your vision tears again, doubling and bleeding, till you're facing yourself again, trying desperately to speak, to warn Dianara that this is not a man, but a creature that kills for its own needs. Doesn't care about you, Dianara. You're a tool to him, a tool he needs to... But Dianara speaks, and you can't stop her. I would place myself in 1,000 dangers. Embrace eternity for you, my love. I'm not afraid. Listen to me, I will accompany you, though the plains themselves should bar the way. You feel yourself shattering. Relief and satisfaction. His satisfaction at her words, knowing she would say them, always knowing, and her admission of love is like the slamming of a portcullis across your heart. Trapped. She's yours, but you must be certain, so you drive the nail home. The way is dangerous. You'll have to be strong, far stronger than you are now. Swimming through her mind, relief. The wave of relief, the end of longing, yet longing for him more at his words, not noticing his manipulations. All you need to be is strong, and his path shall be one with yours. Your thoughts are like fires, for you can be strong, stronger than he knows. You know no fear. You would die for him. I can be strong, my love. I will. Your words slide off of him like water. The serpent in her breast, the one piercing her heart with its poison, has been replaced by this serpent in the flesh. She sees nothing of this, and his next words are planned. Carefully. So carefully. I can't say if we'll succeed, Dianara, but I'll do my best to protect you, and I will expect nothing less than the same from you. You may be required to make some sacrifices. At that terrible final word, you feel yourself being torn apart. He means her harm. He means you harm. You are her, and he means to hurt her. Yet you need her to be harmed, and you want to scream. Scream at her that she's in danger. Run! Run, Dianara! For his eyes unmake all things, and... Of course, my love. Life is sacrifice. This I have learned. You, she, her, you speak the words, and in it, you feel yourself dying inside. You are a spectator. You have watched a woman die, for the words are a death sentence. Yet still she speaks, unheeding, uncaring. I left a legacy in my father's keeping, my love. Ask for the 6th, the 3rd, the K, and the S. In it, I bequeath everything to you. It's not much, but with it, I left...
my journal.
You, him, a wave of irritation watches over you. You clench your teeth to prevent the irritation from crossing your features. Must she always continue to prattle even when you do not prompt her? Must she? But no. No, keep the irritation aside. Only a trace slips out. Come now, I cannot die, Dianara. There is no need for such foolishness. You, her, she is overcome with fear. Fear that revolts you. The fear wells up inside her. You as you watch him frown, and you hasten to correct him. You must know the reasons and know the wisdom behind them, so he is impressed with your planning. Speak! Speak before he turns away. I know I often act foolishly, my love. You said yourself that you can forget things if you are badly hurt. There are things in the legacy that could help you remember should you forget yourself.
My journal.
I feel extremely bad for Dianara, but also this is extremely good for us. And now we need to go see her dad, and I think we also need to go see if her ghost is still hanging around in the mortuary. Perhaps, yet I hope nothing in this legacy is of value. I do not want you to leave any things here in some safe that could be of use on our journey. Her illusion is shattered, just for a moment. You watch, silent as the emotion falls to the ground, splintering like silvered glass. Of some use. Such a casual statement, yet even Dianara sees, and you hope, just for a moment, you hope that she sees him for what he is, the serpent! And your hope dies. As in Dianara's eyes, the emotion is rebuilt. The slivers being drawn from the ground, the illusion rebuilt. The slight sliver of pain remains. He thinks you've done something foolish, yet you did it for him. You must make amends, but how? You must convince him the legacy is unimportant, but it isn't, it's everything. The legacy, my love, it just has a few things to help you remember. The scythe of words falls on Dianara, so quick, so sharp, you cannot follow its arcing path. A legacy? The things you do, Dianara, such romantic gestures. No matter. No, Dianara, you have driven him away again, like you did the night before. You feel the serpent stirring again, reborn, curling around your heart. There is the softest of hisses, yet he does not hear. Would would you wish to leave a legacy, my love? For yourself, or anyone you might want to. It might help you remember if you left something for yourself, or for the ones you loved. The word scythe falls again, terrible and swift. Yet this time the illusion holds. The serpent is cloaked. The serpent is cunning, and it shall not reveal itself until it strikes. A legacy for myself? Not likely. The things I would leave for myself would not be safe in some advocate's office, Ciara. But enough of this. I must leave. He's leaving. You must make him remain. The experience swirls around you. Terrible, the spiraling toward the final scene. The question she wants to ask. Don't ask it, Dianara. Don't ask it. Be silent, be silent. My love, before you go. His anger, his irritation. What now, girl? What now, you mewling banshee? Before I go. Looks like I am no longer in danger of that. Come, Dianara, can't these questions wait for the morn? There is much... She is desperate, drowning. Say it, say it, say it. She, you, speak it. Do you want me to come with you, my love? The rush of emotion dies in your mind. This is the end. The words he, you, are about to speak are true. The truth is not the truth she sees. There are no lies, only cold calculations. Of course he wants you to come with him, Dianara. You understand it clearly. Too clearly. He has invested too much in the poor girl to let her go. Of course, Dianara, I would not have asked you to come with me if I did not want your company. You know how I feel about you. There is a cold silence in his mind, then a hissing of a thought, a response sharp and deadly like a dagger's blade. The lie comes swiftly, unburdened by emotion. I love you, Dianara. And you want to scream as you feel the lie wash over her like a radiance. It's a shadow of truth, a serpent's kiss, and he means you harm, and she cannot see you want to call out, but she is crying with joy, even as cry with joy, with frustration, with joy, with despair. The emotion washes over you like you are drowning, and you need to speak. You long to speak, but you cannot. And you scream. Scream as you tear your hands from the stone, bloody tears rushing from your eyes, running in streams down your arms, your hand to coat the stone. Blood. Her blood. And you can't warn her. You can't stop crying. Suddenly, Fall from Grace is there. Her touch is gentle like silk, and she brushes the tears from your eyes, even as you feel the screams welling up within you. She shushes you, cradling your face through your bloody tears. I can't bear it. I couldn't stop her. I wanted to, but I couldn't do anything. Fall from Grace looks into your eyes, and she nods sadly in understanding. And that is the nature of longing, the desire for that which you cannot change or possess. She studies you, withdrawing her hand, now soaked in your blood. Will you be all right? Yeah, just need a moment. Very well. We will continue when you're ready. Take a breath. As much as you want to hurl the memory of the experience from you, you hold it fast. You know it's important to remember it. It was you in that experience. It was Dianara's experience. But because it was you, your memories flooded you, and you could feel both sides at once. Who were you? Who was that? That shade of you? Well, that was some fun, lighthearted bits to start on. Let's go see Papa. Let's go see Papa. It's probably fine. He's in the Advocate's home. Over here.
Is that an old home for advocates?
I think is it literally called the Advocate's home? Yeah, it is. It's not advocates plural. It's advocates singular.
I guess he's
Hey, Bob. I'm gonna go just one last quick save for no reason. I'm sure this conversation will go fine. It went great last time. Hi, bud. It's me. Don't kill me. You see Giannis. Turns as you enter and it fixes you with a tired gaze.
I think we should be talking to the ghost, not the ghost.
I'm also going to talk to the ghost, but like he's right here, and so he's kind of on the way. You know what I mean? Turns as you enter and it fixes you with a tired gaze. There are dark sacs beneath his eyes, and he looks as if he has not been sleeping. What up, buddy? You again. What is it you want this time? Questions? There's a sensory stone in that sensorium that contains a fragment of your daughter's experiences. There is? But in which one? You must tell me. One of the sensate sensory stones. If you're not a sensate, you cannot gain access. He thinks for a moment. I must find a way. Perhaps I'd make an exception for her father. If you wanted, I could speak to someone. I'm certain they would make an exception in your case.
Updated my journal.
Hooray! If you could, I would be most grateful. Da, 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 da. I'll go to settle the matter shortly. Now in the sensory stone, she left a legacy number for me. Before we get to the business part, tell me more about Dianara. Dianara, she was young. She'd recently joined the Society of Sensation, not an unpleasant faction, but she also met someone there. She followed him on a journey, and there she died. I was not even able to recover her body. Do you know where she went? She never said. I'm not certain she was capable of saying where they had gone. It must have been a terrible place. How did she die? I don't know. Her body was never recovered. Giannis's face turns blood red and his hands clench into fists. And that is perhaps the most maddening part of this misery. We'll never know what possessed her to run off like that, what happened to her, and where her body lies now. Forgive me for asking, how do you know she's dead if you never saw the body? Most curious. I went to the Dustmen to see if they found her body. They directed me to one of their faction outside the Dustman Monument, a Dustman named Death of Names. He's said to be an oracle of sorts concerning those who have died. He told me my daughter had died. Yeah, we've met him. Perhaps there's something else you can help me with. My daughter. Well, we've lost the ability to ask about the number, so maybe that was a one and done.
Reload, try it again, ask about the number, then
ask about the daughter. You're not wrong. You say she was a sensate? Yes. She joined them because of her gift and the fact that there was so much about the multiverse that she wanted to experience. The sensates lend themselves readily to the sharing of experience and sensation. Gift?
Updated my journal.
Yes. My daughter had the blood of an oracle running in her veins. It was an unreliable talent. At times, she could predict events before they took place. She had sight. She could see through time itself, sift through the threads of fate. Where she went on this journey. Tell me about this fire. At this point, I'm just fishing. And looking at the person responsible, I don't know, and don't answer this if you know. I don't know if we're the person responsible for the fire, but at this point, any mysterious persons doing crimes, I assume, are us until proven otherwise.
Or Dom. Could be Dom, not you.
Oh, Adon. Yeah. The me that who isn't me. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's reload. Crap.
I'm gone.
Fine, but it's the same thing, but in a different order. Greetings! Had some questions. Sensory stone. I'll speak to someone.
Updated my journal.
Legacy number. Seems you spoke true. My daughter was known to you then. Hold a moment, I'll see what's left of you.
Updated my journal.
Holy moly, okay. I'm glad we reloaded. All the articles are accounted for. I had no idea she'd established a legacy here. Here you are. If I may I read them? Let me read them first, and... Actually, no. Screw it. We've done this man enough wrong. Here you are. Yennis takes the scroll and studies it. There's a long silence, then he slowly looks up at you. You meant very much to my daughter. She was willing to give up her life for you. Yes, I believe so, because that is what happened. Yeah. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your kindness. I mourn the loss of your daughter. I hope her words gave you some comfort.
Ooh, looks like my skills have increased.
Read the room, Mort. Right, worst case, we just start the conversation over it. Not that long of a conversation. Alright. Before I forget, I go back here and see if we can get Splinter to let Giannis use the Sensei thing without needing a membership card. Stream key. Sounds like someone saying stream key, but getting kind of like squished in the middle of it. Splinter! Questions? It's a man, Giannis, whom I was hoping you would grant temporary access to the private sensorium. And for what reason would we allow such a thing? One of the stones there contains a fragment of his daughter's experiences. She died far from home, not having seen him in a long time, and he mourns her loss deeply.
Updated my journal.
Yes, we shall allow this Giannis to enter the private sensorium. Well escorted, of course. You may tell him he has permission. Dude, you're the best. You are one of, like, the just all-around best people we've met in this game. That's fantastic. I want to get a little Splinter statue. There we go. Alright, after this, back to the mortuary. Talk to Dianara, and then while we're in the neighborhood of the Hive, go down and see what was left behind when Farad got waxed.
Oh,
Huh?
looking up Splinter, information about Splinter.
Yeah.
Demigod son of Ishtar and the priest king of Ur.
Demigod son of Ishtar and the priest king of Ur. Neat!
Ishtar. Yeah.
Ah, at last. Were you able to convince them? Yes. Thank you, good sir, thank you. I mean, you're dead. No, you're really not. Please go see the experience of your daughter. They might ease your troubles.
My journal.
And also, let me get a head start. Right, definitely not Rice. Correct. Alright, we'll head back this way. There was somebody at, like, the gate to the mortuary who offered to smuggle us back in, which was, like, one of those things that I was pretty sure we were going to use again at some point, and I just didn't know when. Is that this? That is this. Looks like this. Yes. Hooray! Got it in one.
All right.
Hey, Pox. About that offer. Questions? Can you smuggle me in? Hi. Only Deader of Dustman go in gate, they do. You want Pox make you Deader again? Again? Hi. Many time you ask. Pox always do. How many times? Many time. Hi. So we've met. Hi. What do you know about me? You a Deader who not stay Deader for long. Hi. Deal square with Pox, you do. Okay, alright. That's good. Before you try that, talk to the Dustman guard. Thank you. I'll take that advice. You know anything else about me? I'm getting an What is the
Have we gone through all of the stories from the Abyss?
From the what?
From the storyteller. Prostitute.
Oh, Eve?
Yeah.
I thought so?
Yavis.
I've been pronouncing it Eve, because
Oh,
I think it's
yeah.
French. But I could be
You
wrong.
might want to.
I thought we had? It sounds like you know that we haven't because I'm not acting on some piece of information.
I'm not going to say anything more.
Okay.
I'm just saying, before we go, vanishing,
Uh-huh.
it might be a cool thing to do. But it doesn't have to block what we're doing right now.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
You know anything else about me besides that? No. Okay, we're in a loop. How about I just pretend to be dead and you sneak me in? Let Pox see you play deader. You play deader good. Pox get you in. Hi. Alright, pretend to be dead. Pox watches your performance without a sound. When you get back up, he speaks. Hi. Pox tell you. You want to be sold now, yes? Maybe some other time, but good to know that that works. Dustman gate guard. Sorry, not you. Other you. See a pale-faced dustman. Is there any other kind?
Yes.
Standing guard over the front gate. He's staring off across the city rooftops with a distant expression. As you approach, he turns to face you. Yes. Questions? He nods and waits. I'd like to enter the mortuary. What is your purpose within the mortuary? Here to pay my respects to Dianara, the woman in the Northwest Memorial Hall. Very well, follow me. Okay, that was actually way easier. Would have been very funny to just get killed. But, you know. This is probably more hygienic. Hey girl, hey. There she is.
My love, you have returned to me. Can it be that your
Awkward.
memories have returned?
Sort of. If you don't have your own memories, store-bought are fine. Can you tell me who I am? You are both blessed and cursed, my love. You are one who is never far from my thoughts and heart. What do you mean? The nature of your curse should be apparent. Look at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? Memories aside, and assuming death has rejected me, why is that a curse? I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths? If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You should truly be doomed. How long has this been going on? I do not truly know, except that it has gone on long enough. Accurate. Can I be where I am? You are here with me, my love. As in the times when life was something both of us shared, now it is the eternal boundary that separates us. What's that? It's a barrier I feel you shall never cross, my love. The barrier between your life and what remains of mine. I must leave. Hold a moment. I learned much when I traveled with you, my love, and what you have lost I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear, whilst you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought. Accurate. What is it your sight sees that I do not? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims us, my love. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across my vision. I see you, my love. I see you as you are now, and... What is it? What do you see? I see what lies ahead for you. It ripples through the plains, stemming outward from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? I think last time we said no, and I'm disagreeing with my past self. Tell me. First, I require a promise. Promise you will return. You will find some means to save me, or join me. I find it hard to believe that a woman I once loved would blackmail promises from me. God, we can be such... The intrusive thoughts. The intrusive thoughts are back. Price of such a promise is too high. Lie about it. Will make no such promise. Tease me not. I swear I will find some means to save you or join you. We're all in, baby.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time. You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality, given life and twisted by the laws of the plains. You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive, and be immortal no longer.
Prison built of regrets and sorrow could be a lady's maze. Hey, Dublin Blade. Tells me this isn't the first time you've disagreed with your past self. Every time that we hit either an actual interaction with, like we had just had in the Sensorium, or the suggestion of an interaction with another incarnation, I think other us is possibly the only one who has the correct opinion that we suck. The only thing that I agree with my past selves about. Destroy what keeps me alive?
You must die while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Maybe it's just me, but I love "you must die while you still can" as a sentence. That's just... the "while you still can" really just gives a wonderful twist. You must die while you still can. Oh, good, okay. The game agrees.
Updated my journal.
I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your... Okay, this is the same. Yeah. Girl, you're the best. We're gonna fix this, and then you and I are gonna go on a vacation somewhere. There's afterlives aplenty. We'll find one.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
Nice echo effect. All right. Time to dip. Let's go see Ferret's place and maybe find his stuff. Also, we should look at the items we got. Thank you, Bob. You must die while you still can is maybe the third or fourth most important line in the game from a character work standpoint. It's so good. All right, we got a whole bunch of stuff. Oh. We got us a wedding ring. 1 to all saving throws, 1 to armor class, 3 to armor class versus piercing. It's the cursed one. Okay, well, it's just a straight upgrade there. Hey, buddy. You're missing a ring. Have this one. Enjoy. Alright, that wasn't the important thing. So we have the heart charm. That's a blood charm. Who has heart charms? You do. Great. There. Healing scroll. That's very good. Thanks. Thanks. Appreciate that, girl. DNR's legacy. My love, if you are reading this, then the tragedy I've seen has come to pass. I have died, and you have remained to suffer the loss. Given the sensation that we just witnessed, this is gonna suck to read. Because she was so convinced that the feeling was mutual, and so wrong. Some reason I'm suddenly reminded of the Toho characters, Kaguya and Moko, who have each taken 3 doses of the Horai elixir and removed their mortality. Hot. Know this, my love. I know why you were forced to shield your feelings from me. You sought to protect me from the terrible burden you carry with you. The distance you kept between us was your way of protecting me. Oof. And our brief moments when we were alone and you let your feelings be known, that was when I knew you cared for me. Carry no regrets with you. Carry no guilt. For I came with you on your haunted journey of my own accord. And no matter how death came for me, I know that you did everything in your power to save me. Hey, remember that brief vision I had a moment ago that this letter was going to suck to read? Anyway. Our lives are intertwined, my love, and death shall not be a wall between us. For my sight has seen what it is to come only in staccato segments. Has seen what is to come only in staccato segments. But it's enough for me to know that we will be separated for a time, but we shall be reconciled again. Thus do not see my death as a farewell, but only as an interval before we meet again. Carry my ring with you, and those other pieces of me. Think of me. Keep me in your mind and heart, that you will be the beacon that brings us together. Well, someone hid my Horai elixir. I only got 2 doses. Well, put this one in the important vat next to. Oh yeah, there's this. Okay, I'm glad that we're going back to what's his face's place, because this I think will be an important thing. Do you have? Don't. Let's give you a healing item. Good for a healer to have a healing item. All right, so now you'll go this way. We have junk in our trunk. Go see Farad's original place. We've still got what looks like a badly coded password, but I don't know what to. But maybe if we go back to Farad's chamber, now that we're just sort of there on our own without him in the way, we can find out what that's all about. And if that's where our decanter is, I'll be very happy. Was he here? Or here? Here? Let's try here. There. So yes, okay, yeah. There we go.
All right.
Up there. All right, here's the deal. So I just got the notice that ads are about to start. I'm going to do something a bit cheeky. I'm going to quick save before we go in, just in case. Gesundheit. But essentially, I'm going to use the ad break to just walk back to Farad's place and save a little bit of time. And then thrust the junk. And then when you all come back in a few minutes after the ads, we'll already be there. Sound decent? Sound like a plan? I'm not really waiting for an answer. I'm going to do it anyway. That's just rhetorical. But I feel like it's important that I make you all feel included. But not right now, because I have to run ads, which means you're going to go away for a little bit. I'll see you all in a few. We'll pick back up. Thank you, Bad Road. Perfectly timed. Don't forget your junk. See you all in a few minutes. So yes, welcome to the new Be Right Back screen. That was in fact on my lap, which is one of the few times that we can get him to stay still. It's funny, like when he was younger, he loved it when people came over and he was very sociable and came out. And at some point, it just sort of crossed a threshold where if it's anybody except just us, it takes him a little bit to feel comfortable again. But he's a very good cat. You're just gonna have to take my word on that. Hey, Larry and Gar. So and also hey, Dave. So we're back in Farad's weird hair chair chamber. I'm realizing only now that this looks like a door that we've never been through. So does this. So there's a possibility that we'll go through one of those, but right now nothing in the room seems to be interactable except this corpse. I expect Anna's not gonna maybe react great, which is to say she'll react appropriately. But we'll just have to deal with that as it comes. By quick saving. I think Anna mentioned that the crutch was possibly a, like, portal key. Yeah, he has the spheres right there. Interesting. Let's give this to you. I think you're holding those. I'm holding so many bandages. Ferret's crutch. I love that our intelligence is high enough that we're able to ID a lot of stuff just without having to use a spell for it. Ferret's crutch. It is enchanted. Not usable by mages. What good are you? The rickety wooden staff has a crosspiece nailed across the top. Crosspiece is wrapped in rags, presumably to keep the damn thing from jamming too sharply into Ferret's armpit when he leans on it, like a proper crutch. Crutch, not surprisingly, smells terrible, and every inch of it is covered in dirt, sewage, and various unidentifiable stains. Something about this crutch makes you wonder, despite its fragile appearance, it has held up rather well. You even test it with your weight as it holds up without so much as creaking. Considering Farad's scavenging nature, the crutch may have some value beyond its surface appearance for him. It might even be usable as a weapon. And then, the orb. We ponder the orb. The simple bronze sphere is about a foot across, but is surprisingly light, as if hollow inside. Although its basic appearance is normal enough, the sphere somehow manages to offend the rest of your senses. The texture of the sphere, just the feel of it, gives you the impression it's an egg that just about to burst open. It's an egg that's just about to burst open. Just touching it makes your skin crawl. To make matters worse, the faint smell of rotten custard emanates from it, and it makes your eyes water. If for no reason, let's quick save again. Use? The simple bronze sphere is about a foot across, but surprisingly light. Examine it. Although its basic appearance is normal enough, the sphere somehow manages to offend... Okay, this is the same thing. Put the sphere... Okay, so using it just tells us, for now, that. Is there anybody who can use this? Well, I don't imagine Mort can, but it would be funny to watch him try. Nope, nobody can use it. All right. I love the error in these games. It's like, that character is too far away. And so you pass it to a character in the middle who then passes it the rest of the way. Interesting. Okay, so... And this doesn't give us the option to use it. Interesting. We just approach this. Ah! You approach the archway, it begins to shimmer faintly. You notice that Farad's crutch emits a similar glow. Touch it. Not where I thought that door was going to be, but it's fine. Let's just do a little one of these. Let's go forward, and then we'll go back down the stairs later. Never mind, we'll go back down the stairs now. That's not actually a... It's a perspective thing. Hooray, isometrics. Like a weird egg. Looking forward to what this egg do. I'm going to be quick saving every 10 feet here. Chromatic orb, fine. Bit late, but yeah, alright. Doesn't hurt to have scrolls. Blood charm, very useful. And nothing. Nothing can be useful. These alcoves contain books, and more books. They're all indexed and placed in order among the shelves. Are they in order from lowest level to highest level? Jeez! I mean, listen. I don't know what we're going to use it for, but we might use it. Do we have the blood charms? We have the blood charms. There. Alright. I'll save you some time. The exit is in a different place than the entrance. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sneak around here. Okay. Same description. Nice little library. 45 cash dollars. Little tiny one here. Swarm curse. Pretty sure we don't have that one. We don't. Level 2? Sure. Get in. What are we casting at level 2 these days? Ice knife, Adder's Kiss. We can lose an ice knife for Swarm curse. 3 feet per level of the caster. That's pretty good. All that scuttles, creeps, and swarms shall be invited to dine on a victim of your choosing. They inflict 1 to 4 plus caster level divided by 3 points of damage every 5. Okay, get in. Recurring damage that is not poison related. Love it. Go up this away. No. This way. I should watch Willow again. It's still a fun movie. Bandages, embalming fluid. I think we've evolved past the need for needle and thread. Edges of these shelves used to be covered with symbols, but they have faded away. Perhaps this was once a library. Or if you're a Deltarune fan, a library. My fellow Deltarune fans, how are we doing after Chapter 5? Everybody else super normal about it? Before we go that way, I want to go this way. Told you that to tell you this. Okay. So, there. Oh, back. These beams look centuries old and hard as stone. I'm gonna check and see if one of these bricks was a false brick. What would I be if I were a brick? Oh! Touch the crutch to the archway. Hey! Alright. That was very lucky. Anything in these last... Aha! Doop. Don't mind that. It's one little book. An enchanted glass eye. Alright. Useful. Away! Actually, before away. Yeah, again, I like just being able to do this. Oh, that's so nice. Do we have a... Oh, yeah, we have this, which is very good. Plus 2 AC, memorize 2 additional first level. Yeah, we're keeping that. Do you have a necklace? You can't wear a necklace. Do you not have a neck? Oh, you do have a necklace. What do you got? Plus 5% open locks? Not worth... Actually, wait. These earrings will only add to your open lock skill. Okay, yeah. That's fine. I don't think we need to worry about that. Back in the port. We have the sphere.
Can I get Hilda?
Yes. I said we have the sphere, you walked over like this, and I'm like, I cannot give you the sphere. It's a game object.
You're my husband. Of course you can give me the sphere.
Of course I can
Just
give you.
not in public.
Wow. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? That's living in the clean world. All right, let's get out of here, I guess. I think that's probably... Anna can wear 2 sets of earrings.
Yeah, she got 2 ears.
You know, it is literally right there. I don't know why I thought that was already a filled slot.
You thought she was just like a normal girl and only did like she's conservative and only wears 2 little tiny little like diamond studs?
No, I specifically thought she wore 1 big ostentatious one because she seems queer to me, but that's, you know, that's neither here nor
Well,
there.
that would be like she needs like at least 8 then.
That's fair. Yeah, then it's 2, but it's all in the same year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a sphere. Hey, don't worry about it. The condition.
Yes?
All right, let me just, while we're walking and I have an excuse to just sort of scan through, make sure I haven't. Great. You.
Wait, did we get a new kitty cat?
Endure.
We got, yeah, there's a betting cam now.
Go strong.
Seemed appropriate. You have a level 4 spell slot, but no level 4 spell. Rude. Did we still have our cone of gold? Wonderful. You're a botanist? Well, she is. Yeah, my quick loot. I keep forgetting that this goes away every time I log in. A joke for Fear and Hunger 2 fans. I know a little bit about that game, I think because you introduced me to it through another streamer. It's one of those where, like, because I finally played Look Outside, a fantastic game. Thoroughly enjoyed your stream of Off, and to me, these games are all in a similar
All right.
vibe-ish, although most of them are at least easier than Fear and Hunger 2. But it's gotten me, like, at some point I know I'm going to fall down a Fear and Hunger 2 well. Probably not on stream. But I like how much there is to that game, if that makes sense. Okay. So we talked to DNR, we've talked to DNR's dad, we've gotten him permission to go see the sensory stone, what got his daughter in it. We've made a vow, which is probably fine. So, and we've got our orb. Let's go see if we can figure out this foundry situation. How are we doing on time? Plenty of time. All right. Not bad. Not bad. A very effective, a very efficient first hour. For a change. I should lose internet more often. That's a lie. I didn't mean that, universe. Could try something really silly. Go ahead and just do that.
Hi?
Can you just straight up pick this lock?
Why not?
Damn, alright. I thought of that. I mean, that's better than having to fight all the godsmen, I guess, but... Is it? State your business. Who are you? I'm guard of the believers of the source. Questions? What are you doing? Guarding the gate. More questions. I think we did this before, but I need to remind myself in case I missed something. What is this place? Great Foundry, home to the believers of the source. What's that? Aside from being home to the believers of the source, it's also one of the largest foundries known to mortal existence. Much traffic passes through these gates. We take orders from all across the plains. Currently, we're not accepting any further orders, as most of our craftsmen are either working on a new project or are commissioned for the next several months on smaller orders. What this means, in practical terms, is that you're not getting in unless you have a receipt. I have urgent business. Say the nature of your business. I here to pick up an order. I see your receipt. Yes. You don't appear to have a receipt. I was sure I had it on me. I'm sure you did. Until you can produce it. Okay, so they're not buying the
I left it in my other pocket.
my dog ate my homework. I don't think we've talked to you yet. We're gonna do that now. Man has rough. Oh, we didn't talk to you because you're Githyanki, I think, and Dakon was like, please don't. Man has rough leathery skin with a pale yellow cast and gaunt features. His face is angular, his nose is small and highly placed, and his ears taper to points. Tracery of tattoos and scars cover his body. He's dressed in strange gaudy leathers that look more ornamental than combat ready. His eyes are like two small black stones. Okay, got it. And he's gonna say no. Let it go. As you turn away, the Githyanki, who has been watching you all this time, calls out to you. Do you turn your back on me, Dakon, who wails on the walls of Shrucked lore? You will face me with steel barred, or I shall see that you wear the sigil of cowardice upon your back. He draws his weapon. Dakon speaks to you, though he never takes his eyes off his opponent. Hold fast and do not stand between our blades. Yeah, right, get at her. Githyanki and Dakon begin to trade blows immediately. Leave them to fight. Fuck him up, Dak. Okay, you're doing great, bud.
Sings true.
Oh, Oh, you've pissed off the whole neighborhood. Okay, now we're getting into it. Now it's a 5-on-5. this while we're here.
I fear I've been wounded. How may I help?
Dang. Yeah, you sure have. Not that, not that. Carry yourself seriously.
Lend me. I'm listening. It shall be done.
Everybody kick this guy's ass.
I'm here. May my faith lend me strength.
Moderate.
Did you see that?
Let's do one more for the road.
The air is quite bracing here.
So Dakon, buddy.
What is your will?
For what it's worth, if an NPC doesn't want to talk to one of your party members, you can send that character off screen and they'll forget your friend is there. Weren't you traveling with Dakon before? No, I don't know that guy. It's been weird. He's following me for like 4 days. Hey, Al. Things I would know. Nice better travels. Nope. Okay. Just gonna let that one go. Fine. That's fine. All right. In at the warehouse. We're just gonna go building to building. We're gonna start in the lower ward and then work to Clerk's ward and see if we can find a receipt. Hey, Vault of the Ninth World, you have a whole bunch of stuff. Name this one. Where are you going, bud? You can ask in front of the counter. That's how counters work. Twice welcome to the Vaults of the Ninth World. How may I serve you on this fine day, Sigillian? I'd like to claim something? And what is it you were looking for? Large bag of coins. We have a bag of coins like the ones you describe. I just need to find out one thing from you. How much was in it?
Oh!
Somehow this guess feels right. 1,123? Here you go, sir. Thanks for storing your goods at the Vault of the Ninth World. Can I get you anything else? I love robbing our past selves. We should do it more often. More questions? No. Okay. Farewell. We at the Ninth Vault of Vault of the Ninth World. Value your business. Please return. Bye-bye. Do you have a receipt? 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Eureka! 1 + 1 + 2 + 1. Who are you? What is it you do here? Do any of you have a receipt? Who are you? What is this place? Didn't you read the sign? No, not that carefully. And what is this place? Thanks for the answer. Bye. Otis! Who are you again? Just a few questions. Alright, fine. Bunch of question marks, but nothing to actually, like, interact with. Away we go. I thought we just guessed. Yeah, I saw the somehow this feels right, and I'm like, that's definitely a memory. We remember this, from a thing. So of course we're just gonna say the number that comes to mind.
I'm gone.
Hey, Pen. Receipts? Love receipts. Hey, Pen. Hey, buddy, do you have extra receipts? Nope, they're gone. Questions? Have to do with work? What do you print? Books, pamphlets, handbills, words, letters, whatever. Questions? To do with work? What is this place? You entirely dim. It's a print shop. I have questions. They don't have to do with work. Don't you ignore me. Yourself outside it. He waves a hand and you find yourself outside his shop. Fantastic. Coffin maker. The butcher, the baker. Come on down. In other news, nuggets. Oh, man. I want nuggets. That's okay. I made zucchini muffins, and they're great. Well, they're okay. Which is close enough to great for me. Nope. Where's Amherst? There we go. Questions? Receipts? Tell me about this ward. Yes, the lower ward. You know, it's little known to most newcomers and even people in the ward. Most people think this ward gets its name simply because it's not as prestigious. That's not it at all, not at all. Do you know where the name comes from? Lower Plains portals? Yes, indeed. Those portals to lower planes are actually the reason the smog in the skies above. I'm sure you're already aware of the conditions that plague this ward. Yes, other questions. Sigil. Tell me about the Lady of Pain. I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you, though. We're sorry that happened. That's so much. Right, we know about mazes. We're familiar with this. Okay, cool. The city. Mentioned portals. Portals. Do I know about portals? I'm thinking with portals. None personally, except some of the more common ones. I imagine they can be found in practically every ward. Portals are funny things. Sometimes they shift around, and other times they simply seem to vanish. Hard to keep track of. Not super helpful, this line of questioning. Okay, I gotta go. Hey, Dimtree. You know anything about, receipts? Just thought I'd pay my respects. Okay, bye. Alright, well, I just finished off a pot of jambalaya. I'm very sad it's gone. We're trying to get in a habit, I say we, it's absolutely best, is trying to get in a habit of, every Monday, put together... Actually, hang on, Lenny, do you have a receipt? Red beans and rice, so that, like, we have just, there's something hearty and tasty for the entire week. And it smells so good. What do I owe this pleasure? Questions. Fine. Alright, let's try this again. Questions, and Byron sent me. Said you could answer some questions. Leaving art. What can you tell me about this ward? 5, Clerk's Ward. Alright. Another dead end. Let's head on in here. Presumably someone knows something about a receipt. Okay, we've got all of the folks working here. See where's again. Actually, yeah, as long as I'm here, let's go ahead and sell some stuff. Have this rat charm. Cannot have my Funko Pop. Have this rat charm. Still hanging on to these pouches for now. They may... It could mean nothing.
All right.
I think we asked everyone in here last time, but I gotta be thorough. Questions? What's that furnace used for? More questions. Weapons, magic items, okay. Laszlo and Karina. Talk to everybody with a unique name. If some questions I may be helping you with. Let's just go down the list. What is this place? Open air market. Great. What is it you do here? Furnace, I don't know what it's used for, but my dad says it's important to keep it stoked and burning bright. Is your father one of the merchants? Oh, you're Ans's kid. Okay, cool. Don't remember if we knew that. Any goods? Other questions? Tell me about this ward. Why is it called the lower ward? We already know this. Do any creatures come out of those lower planes portals? You look nervous. You've seen this yourself? I have seen it. It was just a week or so ago. I saw a couple of Abishai come through a portal. They talked a good bit, and then one of them went back through. The one that stayed is still there. What are they talking about? Don't know for sure. Maybe it's just hissing and such. I think they were talking about the tower. Right, we saw the one at the siege tower, and we did sort of send him after a wizard who is dead now. Abishai was just at the tower in the portal. Like they were looking for a key. Key? The key to open the portal that leads to the tower. Every portal has a key that opens it somewhere. Key can be a gesture, an item, even a thought. Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in. I don't know, maybe. Tell me where this portal is located. There's a drawbridge-like contraption back at the tower, east of the market. That's where it is. Questions? Tell me about the city. Tell me about the lady. Still not reading all that. At the mention... Okay, apparently I'm reading some of it. The mention of a face surrounded by blades, a memory forces itself into your consciousness. For a moment, you're standing in a darkened alley, breathing heavily. Approaching you in the darkness is an uncannily beautiful woman, her face shrouded in blades with cold eyes. Suddenly, the memory fades, and you're talking to the lad once more. I wonder what happened. Why does everyone seem to have yellow skin? It's the sickness, it is. Caused by the bad air. Can something be done? I don't know. More questions. Is there anything we're seeing? Great Foundry's impressive, though you might check that out. Home of the Believers, you know? Most of the more amazing sights are in some of the upper wards. Tell me about the foundry. Center of the ward. Impressive structure. Can't miss it. Just head north. You'll know it by the big gates. Tell me about the believers. I got a bunch of names. Believers, godsmen, believers at the source. Mostly just call them godsmen. They have their kip in the Great Foundry, and they seem to get by pretty well. They're a pleasant bunch. They believe that everyone can be great as the powers even, if you just strive to reach it. It might mean you have to start over a bunch of times, but you eventually get there after a time. What faction are you? Oh, me and my dad. We're in depths. Neat. What's the purpose of all these factions? Factions are them that govern most of Sickle. I think we've asked this. Okay. Tell me about these other factions. Okay, cool. Well, that doesn't help. Beans and rice in this? Actually, that's very believable in this economy. Thank you. Do you have a slab of salmon? That sounds awesome. Sorry for talking about food so much, everybody. Grateful for what you did. What did I do? You sent Corvus my way. I know because he told me so. He was afraid to approach me, though I had a list of suitors. Well, what I mean to say is, thank you. You're welcome? I wish you two happiness. Thank you. Hope you find happiness in your life as well. If not this one, then the next one. Questions? Now that we've helped. Nope. Okay. Cinder, do you have a receipt, buddy? Questions? Interesting spell. What is this place? Open air market. Why is that stall empty? Merchant by the name of Zach had his kip there. Strange story. That strange how. Don't know the dark of it all, but Zach had a bit of business trouble and needed some coin. Right, we learned about this mystery. What happened? With no proof of the debt being paid, the business was sold and the widow trusted. Right, we took care of this. Yeah. Something about there. Interested in spells. I think we need knock. Go ahead and get our boy over here. Get you something in the vicinity of level 4. Confusion? Yes, that could be useful. Force missiles. Force missiles is okay. Strength could actually be very helpful for Dakon specifically. Having an extra remove curse isn't a terrible idea. Recipient of the spell gains the following: +3 to AC, +10 to self. Targets have -10. Hit the caster. Don't hate him being more survivable. Let's go with confusion.
I hear your
Just
word.
rely on that for AoE purposes. Copy it. Great. Go over here. Memorize it. Boop. Love it. Well, so unfortunately, I don't know. Hang on. Let's talk to Corvus. I don't know where else we would go to find a receipt. How are you in Korean doing? Doing well, thank you. I owe you for your kindness. In exchange, questions. Byron, Lenny, Zach.
Updated my journal.
Anything I know about that is harmonium business, citizen. I cannot discuss such matters. All I can say is that Zach was murdered and an investigation is being conducted. If you discover anything that will further that investigation, please bring it to my attention.
Dun, dun,
Wah, 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 wah. You know Lenny.
dun.
Lenny. Yeah, I know a thief who goes by that name. Usually be found over by the siege tower. What can you tell me about?
Updated my journal.
Officially, nothing. Unofficially, he's a thief. And a good one. A master, I would say. Although he's a thief, he seems to have some ethics. He has never been suspected of assault or murder. He's managed to avoid the law on numerous occasions.
Updated
Yeah,
my
and?
journal.
I'd not be afraid to turn my back to Lenny. There are a few people I can say that about, but Lenny is one of them. That's all, friend. What about Byron? Yes, I'm familiar with Byron. Familiar how? Officially nothing. Unofficially, he is suspected of being behind most of the criminal activity here at the market. We believe him to be responsible for the murder of a merchant named Zach. His list of suspected crimes is quite long. Would not turn my back to him, and I would think twice about being anywhere alone with him. That's all. Fun. Thank you and farewell.
Okay, can I get one?
Alright, so we've been there. We did not go here. Okay. Oh, right, this schmuck. The guy who stole our mort. Hey, bud, you got a receipt?
I'm gone.
You up in your room? Hi, it's me again. Lothar of the Hill People. I want to talk to you some more. Oh, why am I immortal? Why have I lost my memories? Why have I lost my memory? Side effect of losing your mortality. What do you mean? Your soul, if you will, that which allows you to live and die, is gone from you. Was stripped from you by magical means. The Night Hag Ravel puzzle well. Tell me about Ravel. An enigma, even amongst the Night Hags. She's been mazed. What'd she do? A maker of toys and puzzles, a solver of problems that didn't need solving. Pray to any power you hold dear that with thanks, she did not succeed. I will find her and force her to return my mortality. Questions? Why am I immortal? Okay, same thing. All the way up. Pawn shop. This is the couple. Couple of what? Save for just a moment. And for no reason at all.
Right.
We can hear.
Got it.
Okay. Talk about trades. Tell me about the area. There they go. More questions. Right. We have to reinitiate conversation every time. Tell me about the factions. More questions? No. Okay. Who's she? My devoted wife. Very well. All right.
Done.
Bye. Guess we could try the alley also, but I have a feeling. It's lowered position. This drawbridge would give attackers access from the siege tower, walls of the city or keep.
All right.
Let's go near here. I just want to see what happens. Oh, wait, actually, before we do that, the wizard, what we got murdered was here. Okay, so we've already taken their stuff away. This is gonna be another. What is it, Dakon? My will, we do not speak with this woman. Alright, we won't.
I will hear you.
Try the thing better and suggested. What you can't see won't hurt you. You are not yet known to me. Know that I have no words for you. Okay, no great loss then. Yeah, we can go out this way to warp. Go there. Wonderful. Alright, let's go over. There's that. There's the tailor. Oh yeah, we haven't actually been to Undersickle, huh? Maybe that's it. Advocate's home. Alright, let's work our way counterclockwise. That way they can't hit us. Gone, Calves. Oh, hey, I didn't think I noticed this before. Questions? And magical clothes do you have available? Another question? Buy some needle and thread? Great. Don't need it. Bye.
Done.
I'm going to save for a second, then I'm going to open this. It's a changing room. That's very good. Anybody in here? Nope. Right. Apparently, Lofty Pursuits currently has 4 different kinds of apple sours available. Green, red, yellow, and pine. Okay, I love that, actually. Let's go back. You said you wanted me to talk to Eve some more. I'm going to talk to Eve some more.
Done.
Still tempted to just chop up that armoire. Have you come to trade tales? I have. Tell her the story of the pregnant Allie. Eve leans forward as you tell the tale of the Allie giving birth. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. Remember this tale. Now I have one for you. Do you know what a Modron is? Yes. I should tell you the tale of the clock and the quadrone. Hell yes. Once upon a time, there existed a Modron. It was newly created, its logic fresh and untested, and it had come to Sigil, following the commands of its Modron superiors. It knew of nothing but commands and dictates of obedience and passing along the orders of its superiors. For you see, Modrons are only aware of the commands for their immediate superiors. They have no grasp of a higher authority. Until this one. One day, it came upon a small shop, within which there was a small clock that could no longer tell time. It was cracked along the edges, the wheels of its hands broken. The Modron immediately set itself to work at getting the parts to fix the broken clock. It made a new wooden housing for the clock's parts, replaced the bent springs, carefully filed and oiled the clockwork machinery, carved new hands for the sparse metal available to it. The newly repaired clock's precise ticking reminded it of the great gears of Mechanus, and it comforted it as much as anything may comfort a Modron. And what the Modron never came to understand was that it truly loved this clock, and that it had worked on, and for reasons it could not explain, elected to remain in Sigil and be with the clock for the rest of its years. That's extremely cute, and I love it. Silent King. Eve leans forward as you tell the tale of a hidden nation of undead ruled by a corpse who hasn't spoken in 1,000 years. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I remember this tale. Now I have one for you, the petitioner at the gate. I love gates. It was far after peak when the distant pounding was heard at the gates of the prison. Karis, the oldest mercy killer known to the faction, dragged himself from his post, making his way down the hall to the great gates that separated the punished from the outside world. The pounding did not fade as he reached the gate and spoke to it. He called out and received no answer. He opened the gate, far from feeling caution, but a strange, compelling sensation. A haggard figure was on bent knees just beyond the door. Her hands were bloody from where they had been pounding against the gate, and her breath came in labored gasps. As the flickering light from the interior prison chamber poured across the cobbles, she glanced up at the mercy killer who stood framed in the doorway, and began to sob with relief. Not a reaction I imagine a lot of mercy killers get! He felt himself mirrored in all but his gender as he stared at the woman and was stirred by her presence. Karis found himself unsure what to say, so he simply waited for the woman to provide an explanation. She did. It was a simple statement, but of utmost importance, and it made Karis, whose knees ached painfully with every movement, bend down and help the woman to her feet. He brought her in from the outside, guiding her gently to the passage beyond. She said that an injustice had been done, and that was all that Karis needed to hear. In the end, it came to pass that she could not fulfill her duty as a Fury, for a man guilty of a blood crime had died unpunished. She begged Karis and the mercy killers for aid, and so they executed her. She had failed in her charge. Brutal. Alright, let me catch up with what y'all are up to. Spit the following phrase for folks to do with as they please. Motown Motrons. It's like the California Raisins. Was that a Warhammer 40k reference? Almost certainly. Kingdom ruled by... Oh yeah, the Silent King. Very possibly, yeah. Right, this game is not subtle in its illusions. Which I like. Requin's Curse. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you. The Gilded Tale. Upon the plain of Isgard is the Gilded Hall, where those sensates that seek the pleasure of gullet and loin can be found. They indulge these passions in earnest, never realizing that the doors of the hall never open and that there is no clear path back to the Civic Fest Hall. They are the unwanted sensates, the ones that do not truly believe in the faction, but instead seek only pleasure for pleasure's sake. Are prisoners who do not realize they are not truly prisoners? I appreciate a quick one. Companions, let's go down the list. Dakon? Dakon nods solemnly. I shall impart the tale of Akali drowning. Dakon tells the story of Akali, a foolish Githzerai of myth who had become lost in the chaos of Limbo. Normally, a single Githzerai may use their focus and mental discipline to form the chaos around them into a small, habitable environment. Akali, however, asked so many useless and unfocused questions in her quest to return home that her Isle of Matter dissolved around her and she drowned. Fascinating, Dakon. Let me share with you and your companion another version of that tale that I've heard. Oh, I'm so here for this. Give me the heretical tales. Eve goes on to tell a different version of Dakon's tale, in which Akali was driven from the Githzerai city of Shraktlor for her constant useless prattling. One day, she encountered a Slotty on his way to the spawning stone. She hastily erected a wall of chaos matter, which even the ravenous Slotty found difficult to break down. Hungrily, it waited and spoke to her through the wall. She asked it questions, and as she became more absorbed in her pointless queries and the Slotty's answers, her own wall decayed and collapsed upon her, and thus she drowned in the matter of limbo. Rough. I don't like that version anymore. Welcome, Grace. What you got? I have no story that I wish to share with you today. When you read this many paragraphs in one stream, sometimes the tongue just sort of goes on walkabout all by itself. I have no story that I wish to share with you today, Tale Chaser. I cannot let you exhaust my library before I can find more stories. It's another companion. Actually, let me ask you a question. What are you doing here? Can you remember this place? You look familiar. Is your mother named Ivana? Yes, but she and I no longer speak, just as I shall no longer speak of her. Super valid. Do you know anything about Rebel? I think we've heard this. Frightener of children. Yes, this is where we learned about the question, what can change the nature of a man? Okay. Another question. What do you call it? Tale Chaser, what are you doing here? Can you tell me about this place? Can we trade tales? We're all out of tales to trade. Never mind, goodbye. Alright. Wouldn't know nothing about that. Okay, that was here and there. Try the Fest Hall last. Objection is my updated my journal. Hold it. Alright. Oh yeah, guess we separated Pestle and Kiln. Questions? Buy something. Don't is the thing. Oh yeah, we should probably take a look at the eye that I identified. Let's talk to Kiln then. Questions? Okay. No questions.
Done.
Alright. Fine. Back out of here. It's gonna be in the frickin' Fest Hall. I guess I also need to go look around the room there. Or the inn there. So, we can do that. We'll save that. First I want to at least talk to the places where I think it's reasonable to find a receipt for the foundry, which is all of the shops. Not gonna ask Standish. Vrishika? Questions? You and Fall from Grace seem to care little for one another. Why is that? Oh, that Bayadazu camp follower who's made her home in Sigil? Curious, no? But then, what better a place to train her agents than a little brothel of hers? Train her agents? Yes, they're her eyes and ears in the city of Sigil and across the plains. What they do not see or hear, they may coerce from another man that has seen and heard. Who could think humans capable of such deception and trickery? Oh, Grace is indeed a clever one. Not as clever as her mother, perhaps, but clever nonetheless. That is not the purpose of my establishment. Oh, but of course not! Did I dare suggest such a thing? But perhaps you should let the man judge for himself. Do you not wonder, little man, has the method of reason and curiosity ever enter your mind as to the matter? Does not the arrangement of the brothel seem strange to you? Occam's razor can leave a scar, but it can remove the deeper ailments so often caused by poison of liars and imaginers. And now here she is traveling with you. Most curious. Why would someone, a proprietress of such an establishment, leave it for any reason? And for a man she barely knows? Questions, questions. Answers may be painful indeed. He is well aware of why I agreed to travel with him, Vrishika, when he asked me to do so. Oh, I'm certain he did ask. What man could resist?
Again, bitch.
I'm just gonna let that line go. What did you mean by calling Mort prevaricating? Prevaricating, misrepresenting, perjuring, dissimulating, lying. Did I say that? I meant a floating, disembodied, pontificating skull, as in dogmatic, always stating an opinion in a self-important manner. We're leaving Mort alone. He and I are friends now. Tell me about this place. What you see within the shop is a result of much trading and traveling across the plains. Weapons, charms, other specialty items are for sale here as well. Everything that is rare and oh so exquisite fills this emporium. Your needs, I sate them. What are you? An Alu fiend, a half-demon. My mother was Tanari, a fiend, and my father a great king of mortals. Such a rude question, but then you're rather rude-looking yourself, aren't you? Correct. Tell me about this place. We see your merchandise, the exotic items from the store. Right, the baby oil made from real babies. Nope, that's the wrong button. That's fine. Don't see a receipt. Do we have these already? No, we also can't afford them. It's $6,000. It's the angleless eye. Oh, that's if we were a thief, I think. Spider bracelet. A bunch of stuff that we've sold. Hey, speaking of sold. Where did I... Do I have it? I think I have it. Yes, I do. There. Great. Oh, I have an angleless eye. Great. Alright. I have 2 of them. Can I sell this one? I'm back. Here to buy some charms. Would you like this eye, please? Great. Good that we could see eye to eye. All right. Linguist. Do I know what a linguist needs with a hang on. No, back out. Hang on.
All right.
What a linguist needs with a foundry? No. But that doesn't mean we're not going to ask. Hello? Why are you a thug, boss? Why are you the only thug in this zone? This young but well-muscled thug, while certainly well-armed and large enough to be dangerous, seems awfully clean for a typical street tough. The only reason that we know he's a thug is because the game is, like, giving this as a title. I think this is, once again, the nameless one just being judgy.
Look.
Hmm?
He doesn't remember being raised
In a barn?
in a barn. But
He was clearly raised in it, yeah. I don't know. I've met people raised in barns. They're more polite. He was probably raised in high society. He's carrying a massive axe in one hand and a steel box in the other. As you near him, he puffs up and scowls at you. What are you looking at, sod? Pike off, or I have to scrag you. Scrag? What in the 9 planes? Oh, that's Anna. What in the 9 planes of bait are you talking about, you idiot? Scrag snagged, nipped, yanked by the hard heads. You clue the saddle-covered bark. Mort, I just want you to be writing all of this down. You do seem a little well-groomed for a thug. Stop shaking your bone box, Leatherhead. This is my territory. You'll be leaving it quick if you don't want my bloods to tear you apart. Rattle, you sod. Rattle in your bone box it is. I'd so like to see how long you'd last. Drop smack in the middle of the hive, acting as you are. Come on, let's be off. No use wasting our time with this wee-stemmed basher would-be. Let's go. Mort, the notes. Mort, there'll be a quiz later. His face flushes angrily as he gnashes his teeth in frustration. That's it! You pike and ask for it! Get him, bloods! We will, in fact, fight. Because I don't think you have it in you.
Things true.
And one of you is already super dead.
I'm a little out of practice, it seems.
You're gonna come out of this fighting.
I'm hurt.
100%.
I'm hurt.
Yeah, I know. I get for talking shit. Now, quickly. Ooh, look at all these rings. Need that. Steel box. All right. Hey, Mort. Piggy bank protocol, buddy. There. Probably don't need to be collecting these anymore. We have... Well, no, we've actually spent a lot of money because we bought everything in the curiosity shop. Alright, let's quick save before I look at this thing. Sturdy steel box has a thick leather handle on the top, but there's no apparent way to open the thing. It appears to be welded shut. There are a number of very narrow slits along one side that you can't see into the box through them. A sickly sweet rotting smell wafts out from the slits. Sorry, I chuckled when I glanced down and saw the button that says talk to item.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Da-da-da-da-da. As you examine the container more closely, it shifts slightly in your hands. Something's moved inside it. There's a man's voice from within. "Oh, there? Is someone there? By chance? My name's Mertwin. Anyone? Hail?" I feel like that sounds familiar. Where do I know Mertwin from? Greetings! Thank the powers. Have you seen my body, perchance? Mertwin at the... Yes! Mertwin at the festival! That's why the guy I compared to a DVD screensaver. Thank the powers. Have you seen my body, perchance? Hard to miss him. Stumbles around with a silly wooden head on his shoulders. Must have worn his feet down to stubs looking for me by now. Yeah. My good fortune, then. Could I persuade you to return me? Absolutely.
Dated my journal.
How splendid! Oh, I thank you kindly then, sir. If you don't mind, we'll hold off with speaking any further until I'm with my body again. All right. It's just over here. You're not that far away. Actually, good. Okay, good. Everybody's gone anyway. Wonderful. I saw the box and my first thought was, oh, we get another limb. Maybe this one's like, maybe this is the one that we can turn to stone. But no, it's Mertman's head. Hey, bud. Mertman the Headless no more. The headed man is still lurching about, bumping into walls, pillars, and the like. His false wooden head rocks precariously on his shoulders as he shambles to and fro. This is your body. Oh, there it is. That's my body. Stay there, old chum, over here. The body shuffles towards you, reaching out towards the steel box containing Mertwin's head. Yeah.
My journal.
I love that there's an option to be like, no, my head, mine. No, get your own. Much better. I thank you, good sir. I imagine my body here was getting a bit restless without me. Ah, yes, I missed you too. The body tucks the case under its arm and bows to you. And for you, good sir, it certainly deserves some sort of reward for your trouble. Let's see what I've got now. The body fumbles about in its pockets and finding nothing there in its tunic, finally presents you with several handfuls of copper coins. Thanks, I have some questions now. Certainly, ask what you like. How'd you end up the way you are? Can't just ask people that, buddy. I'm not sure, really. The body set me down in one of the lecture halls, and the next thing I knew, someone had absconded with me. Next thing I remember was being picked up by you. I mean, how'd you lose your head? Oh, we don't like to talk about that. Quite horrible, really. What's past is past. No need to dredge it up. Though I will say I'm in the box because my head's not quite as presentable as my body, if you get my meaning. I don't, but go on. What you doing? I mostly amble around the fest hall, you know. Lumber here, lumber there. I'm not a sensate, mind you, but I just like to watch all the different sorts of people milling about. Can you tell me about this place? Doesn't everyone know about the Civic Fest Hall? Well, it's the faction quarters of the sensates, and perhaps more importantly, it holds their sensoriums. Cool, I know all about that, actually. I just wanted to quiz you. Do you know about Ravel? Ravel? I can't say I recall the woman. All right. Well, I'm still glad that we did that. On an unrelated note, do you have any healing left? Nope. Okay, we should probably rest. Hey, let's go to the inn. We're going to check out the inn anyway. That was over here, I think. Okay, that was a fantastic accidental side quest. I'm glad we stumbled into that. I looked and I saw Thug Leader, and I'm like, wait a minute. This isn't the Hive. Why? You're out of place. And in fact, yes.
Some punk kid stole his head.
I have a head in a crate. All right, so we went this way. We met the lady who took our wants away.
Need to set up Kip now.
I'm gone.
This is our old chamber. I can't remember if we actually... I think we went in here because we robbed the place. Okay, good. We're also fatigued. Given that this is our old chamber, I am going to go ahead and just grab everything. Some of these for Mort. Some of these. Dodecahedron? Don't mind if I do. Never dodecahedron I didn't like. Alright, you stay there.
What's up? Good as done.
Over, I think it's this thing. Yep. Great. And then here. And you can have this and these. These. Are you not the one holding these? You might not be the one holding these. You're holding these. Dagon, were you the one with the... You're the one needle and thread. Okay.
Ready. Might as well.
Honestly, whole party, get over here. We're going to be trading stuff around for a while. All right. There. This goes to you. This goes to you. Wonderful. Love it. Love it when things stack. This goes to you. Do you have the core select arm? Just going to give you all of these for a second. Put one of these up here. You have the, yes, okay, we got that right. Cockroach charm. Nice. Hang on to that. That's very good. Invokes blindness. Okay. Seems useful. Invokes strength. Also useful. I think I'm going to give that to you, actually. Alright. There. Nope. Dodecahedron. That was the thing I was really interested in. Here. Don't Decahedron. Not yet, anyway. Okay. Pacify. Useful. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab this one. Shield is very nice, and we tend to be the object of aggression. Friends for us, yeah. Blindness I'm going to give to you. I think you know all these already, but I'm going to check. Go fire and ice. Level 5, absolutely, thank you. You don't have blindness, great. Now you do. Alright, wonderful. What's that done to the graph? You don't need a graph, you need a pie chart. Even though we worked hard to get these, I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to get a couple of uses of shield. Pacify is a fun one. I don't know if it's going to be what we use. Armor is probably smarter. So just make ourselves as durable as possible. Give you casting of blindness. That could be useful. Another one. Great. Bloodbridge, Smoker's Blur, also nice. Local Boarding. Yeah, we got a number of defensive spells if we really need to bunker. Now we have... Yeah, do we want Fire and Ice more than we want Cone of Cold? No, I want the AoE. Alright. Alright, that was just the... That was the what you call it. Have we already looked in here? Okay, so we've reclaimed our old stuff. Including this money. Which we are now going to probably pay to this lovely person at the inn to stay the night. Hello there. Would you like to rest? Yes. You can't tell me what to dodecahedron. Nice. Talking without lungs is stressful. Correct. We probably don't need this anymore. This is your sort of surrogate dad's, and also you're the key holder. Let's go ahead and just for no reason do that. This heavy dodecahedron about the size of both your fists balled together seems inexplicably familiar. Texture is cold and smooth, but whether it's metal or stone, you can't tell. Certain almost intangible tension runs over the object as if it were ready to spring. Use it. Examine it. Upon closer examination, you realize that each side of the dodecahedron is a plate that can be twisted clockwise or counterclockwise. Appears to be a puzzle box or combination lock. Each of the pentagonal plates has 5 possible positions. The dodecahedron has no less than 244,140,625 settings. It would take every second of the next 77 odd years to hit all the combinations. You might just get lucky and stumble onto it. Fiddle with it for a bit. As you methodically twist the cold gray facets of the dodecahedron, a strange sensation forms at the base of your skull. Your hands seem to move of their own accord, turning the object and spinning its facets with mechanical precision. You've done this before. You knew the combinations once. You also become aware that there is a certain danger within the object. Whether it's from the simple traps, or something less mundane, though, you can't tell. Keep going. In moments, you have what might be the first 4 sides locked into their proper places. As you begin to twist the 5th side of the dodecahedron, you recall a cunning blade trap that would snap out to lash into meddlers' hands, slashing their wrists and severing fingers. You avoid the trap with a proper number of rotations, certain that you've made progress in the unraveling. Keep going. After avoiding the dodecahedron's springing blades, you slowly puzzle out the next series of facet positions. Excuse me, that's a lot of... As you start to turn the 9th side of the dodecahedron, you suddenly remember a second trap, jets of toxic gas that would form a billowing cloud of lethal corrosive vapor around a curious meddler. You circumvent the trap with the correct amount of twists, positive that you've nearly unlocked the dodecahedron. Finish the job. You circumvent the dodecahedron's poisonous gas trap and begin your work. I shouldn't be doing this right next to the innkeeper. He's like, what are you playing with it? I did a puzzle box. If I get this wrong, we're both dead. It's fine, I'll come back. You circumvent the dodecahedron's poisonous gas trap and begin your work on the final facet position. Just as you're locking the 12th pentagon into place, you recollect sorcerous runes hidden within the dodecahedron that would blast the unwitting holder with bolts of magical lightning. After disarming the trap with the correct number of facet rotations, the dodecahedron clicks and begins to open in your hands. It splits once, twice, 3 times a lady, and eventually unfolds itself impossibly into a perfectly rectangular tablet the size of a large book. Etched into its surface are a series of bizarre symbols. Looks to be a code or language that you feel should be familiar to you, but it's not. Further examination of the tablet reveals that by twisting the pentagonal facets that are now upon the underside of the tablet, different pages may be displayed across the tablet's face. You finally realize the dodecahedron is a tome or journal of some sort. We did it! We found our journal! Maybe, possibly. Dodecahedron, don't hate me because you don't... That's a whole mouthful. The Sen's Fortress of Puzzle Boxes. You're not wrong. Well, that's, until I learn to read this language, I might as well just put it away.
Updated my journal.
Neat! Well, that was a fun thing to find. I'm glad we robbed the place. That was our place, so I guess it's not really robbing. I'm glad we recovered our goods from a past life. Sentences that are totally normal in this setting. We're going to go back to 3 more minutes of ads. Phrases that are totally normal in our setting, unfortunately, to knock out pre-rolls for the remainder of the stream, and then we'll come back and keep poking around the district to try and find somebody what's got a receipt for us. You found your D20, now you can roll against that code. Technically, I think we found a D12, which makes me even happier. Anyway, see y'all in a few minutes. That's as many as 2 10s, and that's terrible. I was actually thinking about during the break, and I tried to look it up and failed to find that I have a weirdly vivid memory of learning about dodecahedron from, I'm probably going to get this wrong. It was either A Wrinkle in Time, or it might have been The Phantom Tollbooth. I know Wrinkle in Time has the Tesseract. I think Phantom Tollbooth, or just another book in that kind of oeuvre, had a dodecahedron. And so I read that for the first time, and of course, like, it's a sci-fi-ish, fantasy, mystical world book. So you're already dealing with unfamiliar nouns. And it wasn't until I mentioned it at some point that my mom pointed out that's like, no, that's a real word. It just means a 12-sided thing. And so I built one for like a school project. So like that one's lodged in there real well, because I thought it referred to like a fantasy thing, and it's just, no, it's a dice, and I love that. I think it's very great. All right, now we are rested. Going to exit. Continue Operation Receipt. There was a hope somewhere in my mind that we would find the receipt right away, and then the rest of the stream tonight would be like going into the foundry and getting our portal made, which I'm sure is going to be an involved thingamajig. But no, in fact, that is not what happened. Did we? Yeah, we did go in. Did we go in? No, we didn't go in here because we saw the thug. And then we had a head, and then I had to go to the fest hall, and that's where we've been ever since. It's wild how good this game is at getting me to forget what I was doing, which feels, fitting. Yeah, fit him. Scholar and a linguist. Oh, right! What was I just saying? Came here for a receipt. We just found a dodecahedron that unfurled into a journal with a language we can't read, so we go to the linguist's place for unrelated reasons. I'm bad at this. Unfold the dodecahedron to a page with writing on it and ask if he can translate it. He takes the unfolded dodecahedron in his hands and examines it closely. This language is a long dead one, known to virtually no one. I believe my father, a linguist like myself, knew this language, and may well have been the only man in Sigil at the time that could understand it. Recognize it from his notes, but I can't translate it. Do you have those notes? They'll be of no use to you if you're looking to translate anything, and the few actual books he had pertaining to that language disappeared around the time of his murder. Your father was murdered? Strangled, he was. I bet we did it. I'm calling it now. We're the stranglemen. I think you may be right about the Phantom Tollbooth. I think the reason I was able to remember that dodeca is 2 and 10 rather than 2 10s is because of having memorized both dodecahedron is a d12 and truncated icosahedron just impel it. Bob, I adore you. It's sometimes you say sentences that I'm confident no one has ever said anywhere in the world, and I think that's great. Strangled he was. He had left to tutor someone. He taught various... Yeah, 100%. We datalist him. We got him to teach us a language and then killed him. He had left to tutor someone. He taught various languages to supplement his research income and was discovered dead in a side chamber of the Civic Fest Hall. The killer was never found. This was some 50 years ago. I was but a child. He knew the language and could teach it? Surely he did and could, were he alive today. My father was said to be a great teacher. I have his skill with language, but not his patience for others. Is he interred at the mortuary?
Dated my journal.
Well, I know. His ashes are kept here. Points to a bronze urn sitting atop a cabinet beside a bouquet of purple flowers. Why? A necroscope, are you? Speak with the dead? I have no wish to speak of these things any longer. You'll have to excuse me, sir. Farewell. We're going to save for just a moment.
Done.
That's a handkerchief. Container is locked, but not for damn long. Get in there. Great. Oh, that's not what we want.
Done.
There's an urn. Etched into the base of the urn are the words, Finn Adley, beloved husband, father, and scholar of 100 languages.
Yes?
I thought we had... No, we have the sensor that does raise dead, not does speak with the dead. This is a Strand type game, and yes, I hate that I said it too. It's okay. We're all in the same boat. Game portrays itself as non-linear and busy, but it's almost impossible to get away from the main story path without a concerted effort to do so intentionally. Everything ties together. That is actually very good, and I think difficult to do. It's something that I think a lot of those old like choose your own adventure books tried, and in most cases failed to do. All right. Well, Ramana's here. We know not to turn the statue back into a not statue. About again. Do you have a receipt? You have questions regarding one of the pieces? No, I have other questions. Have you ever come across anything like the writing in this dodecahedron? No, I have not. You would do well to ask a proper linguist. Another question. What is this place? What is of interest here? Where can I find work here? I'm afraid I do not go far beyond the Galleria, and I cannot help you with this matter. You might try and ask someone else. Fair. What's of interest here? Okay, same.
I don't trust the Gith. I say we leave him behind.
That's not happening, Mort. I mean, I don't disagree that I have some reservations where Dakon is concerned, but so far he's been fine.
Done.
Now that I've been back to talk to Dianara, what up? I have some questions. Okay, let's just go down the list. Who are you again? Who's something else? What is this place again? The Seeking Counsel. Perhaps there's something you can help me with. Oh. Place again. What kind of council? Legacies, which, right, we've got that one. Anything like Dustman contracts?
Updated my journal.
Right, we've done that already. Do I owe you anything for this information? I'm not the sort to charge others for giving them aid of this sort. You're fantastic. Really sorry that I was the reason your daughter's dead. Use some counsel. Fire. Any luck in locating the person responsible? No, neither the Harmonium nor the Mercy Killers have had any fortune in locating them. Probably because it's me. Can you tell me what was burned? A number of old legacies and some mementos and other keepsakes of value. What about your daughter? He says she was... Do you know if she went? We already know that he doesn't. Tell me about this fire again. Other questions. Going in loops. Alright, I think that's everything there. Notice that we can go in this tent, and I haven't been in here before. It doesn't have a...
Done.
Is there a receipt in here?
Aye, what?
It's such a weird thing to be trying to steal, right?
Why not?
There's nothing. It's a little tent with nothing in it. None pizza with lieutenant. Or lieutenant, as the British call them.
All right.
Let's see. Abel Ponder thought. I don't think we've talked before. This older man looks somewhat bookish. His clothing and accessories are extremely clean, neat, and well cared for, and he often pauses to brush some fleck of dust or lint off of them. Symbol resembling a stylized dagger piercing upwards through a flame is embroidered on his tunic. Greetings! Oh, I say, would you look at that? A floating skull. Where? Mort, you're the best. You're also the worst, but you can contain multitudes. By the unjust laws of Tuerny the Merciless. Who? Sorry, the man was a horrible tyrant, now long dead. His name should never be spoken, so 'tis rather vulgar. My deepest apologies, Lady Grace, I did not mean to offend. It's no matter, Abel. I'm certain only Tuerny would have been offended by the comment, and as you know, his subjects buried him alive more than 3 centuries ago. Yes, you're probably right. But behold, a skull, buoyant, levitating off the ground, cognitive of its environment, and possessing hearing, speaking, and seeing. He turns to you as if you're suddenly a confidant. This is truly one of the reasons that the plains shall never become dull to me, sir. Just when you think you've seen everything, the plains show you yet another corner to peer around, and suddenly whole new wondrous vistas are open to you. Actually, the talking floating skull thing is quite common. Right up there with self-resurrecting amnesiacs scouring Sigil. It's rude, but we're gonna say it. I say, Skull. Look behind you, another floating skull. The man seems to have forgotten you entirely, instead turning in shock to look for another floating skull. No, where? Where? Right where I'm pointing, there. Where? I can't see it. Ah, you just missed it. A whole parade of them. Probably never happen again in a million revolutions of the Great Ring. I sense you also possess a peculiar degree of mockery. I prefer to refer to it as keen insights into human nature. Man's eyes widen. By the unjust laws of tyranny, I say, are you alright? You look hurt. I'm fine. It looks to... it looks to hurt him, it does. Very amusing. I had some questions. Odd comment from someone with what looks to be a giant's rat's tail sprouting out of her bottom. No, we're not. We're not antagonizing Anna in public. Questions. Oh boy. Questions about this place. Clerk's Ward, anything of interest, know of any work. Ward, what is it called? Clerk's Ward. The seat of much of Sigil's record halls and administration. Aha. Other questions? Anything of interest? Fest Hall. This would have been great to start at. Alright. Question about something else, about the city. I'm not asking about the Lady of Pain. I don't want to get you in trouble. Where's daylight come from? I don't see a sun. The haze can make it difficult to determine for certain, so I understand your difficulty. The light comes not from a sun, but from a gradual luminescence that fills the sky. It reaches a peak, called peak, then fades until Sigil is completely dark, called anti-peak. Very imaginative, this bunch. The sources of luminescence is unknown, but it is most likely the lady's will. Huh. Cool. Thanks, bud. It was interesting meeting you. Hey, barkeep, you know where I can find a receipt? Actually, no. I know who I want to talk to. Hey, Mort?
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
What do you think we should do next? There we go. Here's how I see things. I have some key and some portal. Where can I find a portal? Tons of portal. I say try the Fest Hall. I doubt it's there, but one of the Century Stones might be able to tell us something. It did. That was very helpful. Thank you, buddy. That's all we got. All right. Hey, chat. Any idea if I'm barking up the wrong tree with this whole receipt thing? And if not, where have I not gone? Do I need to go all the way back to the hive? What am I? I'm this close to duck going it, and before I duck went, I figured I'd go ahead and ask y'all. Guess we could go back here. I feel like we've run out of leads. Which also makes me think that maybe the answer is not to find a receipt, but to just find another way in? No idea, and CVS. You're not wrong. Didn't you find the linguist notebook somewhere? Maybe. That's Farrad's note. I guess we don't really need this anymore, although I still don't live in the shadows. I still don't really understand what that's all about. Journal. I just sell those. Oh, wait. No, that's your diary.
All right.
The two places that I found stuff but didn't rob were the inn and here. So assuming that it's in one of those places.
I'm gone.
There it is. Found it. That's actually kind of uncanny that in the first room of the first place we chat. Thank you very much, veteran. All right, let's get Finum to translate this, and then maybe Finum will give us a thingy, or at least we'll make some progress. Hey, bud. The lesson that I'm taking away from this is not a game about respecting people's property. If you see stuff, steal it. Would have you know that I'm a scholar and a linguist? Unfolded a dodecahedron. Do you have those notes still? I have those notes. I'd very much like to see them just the same. Not certain where they are now. I'm looking for something else at the moment. My research journal. Perhaps when I've recovered it, I could spare the time. Oh, it's not his... I thought it was his dad's book. It's his book. Is this the book?
Updated my journal.
Hooray! Why, yes it is. Here you are, then. My father's notes. Square, then, are we? Good. I'll look over my notes so that, you'll excuse me.
You know, I've learned some new tricks.
Hell yeah. And... Oh, we didn't get, Oh, this might have been a fighter level. I'm like, why didn't I get my thief skills? Alright, these notes. Use these notes. Notes of the deceased linguist Finn Endley. Endley? Endlier. I'm going to go ahead and get a little German with it. Endlier. They are composed of his research into the language of the Uyo, which seems remarkably similar to the writing.
Updated my journal.
As you read over Finn's notes regarding the lost language of the Uyo, there is a throbbing sensation in your temples. Oh, thank God. As a memory begins to surface, memories of this language. You recall letters, words, phrases, until, like a spire wind blowing away the blanket of poisonous smog over the great foundry, the language is once more revealed to you in its entirety. Should be able to read the writing in this dodecahedron now. Cool. You sound like you would like books. Yeah, read the thingy.
Updated my journal.
Tablet turns out to be a journal, one kept by some prior incarnation. Not an altogether sane one. There are only a handful of completely coherent sections. Read it anyway. Oh my God. Okay. Remember when I was like, hey, last time was when we did all the reading. Murder of the one who tried to help you. I called it. All right. We're gonna go buckle up, everybody. We're going down the list. Read about Whispering Shadows. Whispers are not the shadows moving. They are speaking, plotting, talking to each other. I can understand some of what they say. Okay, maybe this will be quick, actually. The book tells me things, whispers things. It tells me to avoid the ghost girl. Avoid her. I don't know her, and she torments me. Hiding something within your own body? I swallowed it, hoping I'd catch it in my bowels. I can take something and remove it when I need to. We did that. I'm glad that we guessed ahead on that. Ranting? I've learned my life is not my own. I will not allow you to have my life. You will have to pull my life from my broken body if you want it. It's you who will die. If I cannot have it, neither will you. You are responsible for this treason of flesh. You will not live to live my life. Amazing. Cursed tattoos? Cursed tattoos will not leave my skin. I tried to burn them off my skin. Failed. I tried and cloak myself, but I always feel that people are reading my flesh. Reading me like a book. Whenever they look at me, I want to tear their eyes out. Pluck them from their sockets and crush them beneath my heel. I don't know if we heard it on the mic, but issues is Best's read on the situation. Ravel. Why can't I dream? I used the goblet of Samir to force a waking dream. Hello? Oh, the one of whomst? I saw a hag. She tempted me, threatened me with shadows. I've never seen her, but she came when I dreamt. I must not dream again. I must always be aware. I destroyed the goblet. Well, shit, okay. She says she is someone of power, that she will have me. She will find me. Get away, hag! Stay far from me. Leave me in peace. I want nothing to do with you. Let's keep reading into this. Her voice reeked of evil talons. Talons like spiders, they burrowed into my gray matter. I needed her out of my mind. Out, hag! She was a myth, a fairy tale. Who alone challenged the Lady of Pain? How can one fight someone who is a myth? I don't have the weapons. I need weapons that will kill her should she find me. I need a strategy so she cannot defeat me when she comes for me. I must devise and think. I shall beat her. Well, that was useful. Danger of names? Fear names. Names have power and identity. Names can be used as weapons by others. They are a hook. It can be used to track you and find you and hunt you across the plains. Remain nameless. You shall be safe. Hi, it's me, Don. Killing in the Fest Hall. Killing in the name of.
I went to the fest hall looking for the path of my false self in its halls. So glaring was it. Those I did not know, the false ones, welcomed me into their confidence, treated me as a friend, showed me to my room, attended to my needs. I had to restrain myself from launching out against them. That would have been premature. There we go. First, I needed to protect my identity. I found one who knew the exclusive language of the Uyo, learned it as I could, then killed him. Then I went to the sensorium and prepared to end the matter. Well, I feel like we should give Finnem the bad news when we're done with this. Murder the one who tried to help you. Nothing he can do. Memories are gone, he says, never to return. He says lies and tells me this is what he told me. Lies. He says my mind is weakening from every death. Lies. He sat here, betraying my confidence with every turn. He says that only after 3 more deaths, 3 more lives will I gain the benefit of keeping my memories, but that I, myself, I will die when I die. Die? How can one be immortal and still die? He could not answer, so he was of no use. I butchered him so that no other incarnation will ever benefit from his uselessness. Thanks, bud. Appreciate that. Good looking out. Read a cryptic answer from an unknown source. So the ghastly head said, "You have been divided." Sorry, ran out of words. You have been divided. You are one of many men. One in many men? You bear many names. Each has left their scars on your flesh. Lost one, immortal one, incarnation's end, man of 1,000 deaths, the one doomed to life, restless one of many, the one whom life holds prisoner, bringer of shadows. The wounded one, misery bringer, Yemeth. We've seen that name before. You are silvered glass that has cracked and the pieces scattered across history. Only 1 piece is of import. Regain that and your life will be yours again. There will be a price. This price will buy you a chance. Without the chance, you're doomed. You have lost that which is never meant to be separated from from man. Your mortality has been stripped from you. Lost. It exists, but you must find it before your mind is lost to you as well. Read something about a legacy. A legacy. Forget not to collect your legacy, and a small code scratched inside it. 51AA. A trap, no doubt, set by another of false selves. I see it destroyed. Alright. Quick save in case this breaks bad. You said your father had been murdered? Strangled he was. He had left to tutor someone. He taught various languages, yada yada yada. Need the language. See interred in the mortuary. Okay, we cannot in fact tell him that it's us.
Done.
Go over here, can we? Okay, we also can't apologize to the ashes. Well, that's fine. This way.
I'm gone.
We have a legacy. Gotta see a man about a legacy. This is another one of those, like, threads that I don't know where it's going, but it's going somewhere, and I crave direction. What up, buddy? I had a question about some numbers. About legacies. I believe you have a legacy for me. Indeed. Very well. Do you remember the legacy in question? 51AA, I believe. He looks at you in surprise as you name the legacy. That is extremely old. Are you certain? I hope that wasn't one of the ones that was burned. Can you check and see? Oh yes, of course. It'll take a moment. I'll wait. He returns, nodding. Yes, fortunately it was unharmed by the fire. All the articles are safe. Could I collect it? Yes. Of course. Sign here and here on the dotted line. There we are. Should be the last of the paperwork. Here are all the items that were in the vault. One looks like a foundry receipt. Oh my goodness gracious. That's so many steps just to get in the door. How many steps are on the other side of the door? We'll probably find out next week. There we are, or later this week, our next stream. There we are. That should be the last of the paperwork. Vault foundry receipt. Quite an old one, to be sure. Did these have something to do commissioned? I don't know, but we're going there.
Updated my journal.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. You are the best. And listen, if you see my buddy Bad Road, give him whatever he wants. Look, we loop back around. Absolutely incredible. So we had to go back to the inn to loot the place, to find the dodecahedron, to puzzle it out.
Then we had to go back to the brothel to rob the place to find the journal to give to him so he would give us his dad's notes so that we could open the thing which had our notes so that we could get to the receipt to swallow the spider to get to the fly. This game is amazing. Lord. My brain hurt less playing Blueprints. That's how far this is going.
Blueprints have more math.
Blueprints did have more math, and for some reason I found the math easier to handle. Alright, so we had that. Strange chunk of rock. Stone gullet of Lafal the Gross. You can't just put sounds together. If your int is too low, you'll get hit by those 3 traps on the dodecahedron. I wondered about that. It didn't, like, say, you know, check past, but I was just sort of assuming that because we're super smart that we were able to tick and not get blown up several times. Again, makes me very concerned that my former self opted to puzzle with the death puzzle box right next to the completely innocent innkeeper. Permanent +1 to save versus poison. Sure, use it. Kaleidoscope Eye. Oh, it just has Chromatic Orb. Well, that's fantastic. +1 to all saving throws, +1 to save versus spells, and 5% resistance to magic. Get in. I mean, it's not like we can give this to anybody to use. There we go. Alright, so then... I wonder how I use it.
Very carefully.
Very carefully. You're not wrong. Does this still work the way I think? Duration. Until destroyed by damage. Great. Alright, me. Oh, Godsman! I'm back, and I have paperwork! Math is simple, clean, rows of numbers to describe other numbers. Add more variables as languages and trails and such, and then things get complicated. Don't remember if I'm quoting anything. It sounds like the thing that you would hear.
It sounds very Pratchett.
It does sound very Pratchett. But I was going to say that, like, I distinctly remember Bast's reaction to me figuring out the, like, one of the 2-degree number ciphers. This is very late in Blueprints. It's not really a spoiler, it's just knowing that another more complicated cipher is coming is sort of the whole game. But we actually got, like, deep enough that I found a puzzle that is my kind of cryptography, and I had a lot of fun taking what seemed like words, turning them into numbers, solving those equations, and then turning them back into letters. It was very cool. The streamer I watched play Blueprints never did figure out what the clue "the bullseye operator can trigger more than once" meant, despite the fact that he did figure it out. The thing that it meant, I mean. He understood the detail of the game before he found the hint, but failed to parse the hint and ended his run still wondering what the hint meant. I'm confident I did that about it, because there were several clues that we found very late that answered questions that we had solved hours and hours ago. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if I saw one of those clues and was like, what's that about? And it's a thing we've already done.
So,
Blueprints was very well
have
designed
any
like that.
sisters?
Yeah.
So you have multiple ways to get to answers.
Right, like with this game, I like that there were often at least a couple of ways to get to the answer, and you didn't need to have the clue to solve the thing, which could be good and bad. Because sometimes you could solve it and not really understand how or why.
Thousands.
Ah, give me a moment to be delirious with joy.
There's our Mort. There's our boy. Oh, guard. I'm here to pick up an order. May we see your seat? Yes, you may. I could have lied again. That would have been funny. Thank you, sir. The clerk you seek holds office on the southern wall of the foundry. Thank you for your patronage. Great. Doesn't have an issue with the fact that the receipt may be like centuries old, and I'm okay with that.
Why would it? Some of their clients are centuries old.
That's a fair point. Some of their clients are centuries old.
Or immortal, like demons and shit.
True. Normal immortality, as opposed to whatever we've got going on. Alright, in we go. Just, you want to clear out the map. Mort, I doubt any of her sisters are as nice. That may not be a deal breaker for him.
I'm gone.
Look, Mort does strike me as the kind of skull that likes it like that.
I feel like, I mean, listen, you know, at minimum, I think Mort thinks he would like a Tanari that get a little rough with him.
Yeah.
I clicked on the first person with the name. You know the protocol by now. You see a short woman with slight horns in her forehead and ears that curve sharply back on her skull. She smells faintly of sulfur, even over the reek of the foundry's fires. Greetings. She beat me to it. She stole my line. What can I do for you? I'm looking for the way out. I'm looking for the pickup office? I'd like a tour. Who are you? I'm Alyssa.
Take a tour.
I'm gonna probably start with that. Maybe not with 9 minutes left in the stream. I'm Alyssa Teal, the supervisor for this area. This area being the main foundry area of the Great Foundry, where much of our current public work takes place. The foundry is larger than this, of course, but we have a large contract we're working on, and we've been sworn to secrecy, so most of the work area is off limits. My apologies. Other questions? Let's see. I need to get into that guarded room back there. No. What exactly do you stand for? Where can I get those items to work the... Ooh, yeah, we're going to get those items to work the forge. You can't find them lying around somewhere, then you'll have to buy them from the clerk. At a nominal price, of course. Cool. Where is the clerk? See that room down there with the desk in it? He sits behind that desk. You should be able to get your item there. Cool. We got 8 minutes. Let's see if we can get a tour. I'd like a tour? Ordinarily, there's something I'd like better. Sadly, right now, we're a little busy. Come back in a year or so, and I'll be happy to provide one. What's going on? Huge and very, very secret contract. One that's taking up practically all of our resources. Maintain a smaller operation for the day-to-day items for our other orders, but right now the foundry is devoted to fulfilling our contract. Don't bother asking about it, because I won't tell you. You seem very firm about this. Goodbye.
Why about it? Why about it?
But I like secrets. They're my favorite thing.
Secret.
Alright, is this the room with the desk in it?
All right.
No, this is something else. Sarosa. You see a young woman. As you approach her, her eyes stare directly into yours. Get the uncomfortable feeling that she's not just examining your eye color. Her gaze seems to penetrate far deeper than that. Greetings, stranger. How goes your day? Will everyone stop taking my greetings?
Nope.
Questions.
Nope.
What answer do you seek, half-man? Excuse me?
Updated my journal.
Hi.
Call you half-man because I cannot see your spirit. All other mortals who pass through my life show their spirits to me as a shining spark, or smoldering ember. You show nothing at all. I call you half-man because I cannot see your spirit as I have seen those of others. Whether this is because
weird.
it is kind of like, if you notice that, that's a sort of like you hack a show, not my business, keep it to yourself sort of thing. Whether this is because you have no soul or because you have transcended, I can't say. One way or another, you're but a half man. What the other half is, I can't say. Rude questions? Who are you? Sarosa, daughter of Sandoz, one of the factors of the Godsman. Oh! Got it. Family? My brother Saros, great game. My brother Saros is a child of the Foundry, yet I fear he has never embraced the philosophy of the believers of the Source. My father's a factor here, and his travels have led him far from the Foundry and into realms most mortals never even dream of. Tell me more about your brother. What's going on here? Saros is a brash, impulsive lad, easily given over to his manhood. Hello. He is eager to prove himself equal of anything on the plains, full of the aggression of youth.
So he is exactly what you think he is.
Testosterone poisoned. I believe he feels himself more sensate than Godsman, further vindicating my belief that the sensates are the most immature of all the factions of Sigil. Fall from Grace, how we feeling? Tell me of your family. Okay, we can't ask about the dad. Alright, cool. Well, that's everything, thanks. I'm gonna go back here. How are you doing? 6 minutes, plenty of time. It's not really a secret until you tell everyone who will listen.
Done.
I'm just gonna wander around for a minute and get a load. That's cool. Get a look at all this. I'm assuming this door is probably barred to us. Yes, okay. So that's the Tilden. See a slab-stomached man with thick arms and a scraggly beard. Makes sense you're working at a foundry. Smells as if he hasn't washed in ages. His breath doesn't do much for your breakfast. It's in the process of ordering around subordinates as you approach him. He deals a quick cuff of the ear to one of them. Turns to face you, hitching up his belt. What do you want? Questions? Want answers? Like what? Who you? Tilden the Grey, supervisor for this yard. My job is to make sure my laborers get their jobs done. Make sure people like you don't distract them. I work little enough as is. Little sods. Managed to lose the rest of the day in idleness if I were near. I'm tough. I'm fair. Ask anyone. You're the one I need to talk to about getting iron ore for the forge? You want to be a smith, eh? Can't say the fire do much to skin like that. Take it then. Don't get in the way of my workers. Sweet! Free stuff! Love free stuff. Can I go in this door? No. Okay, so... Bless you. So the northern door is locked, and the sort of western door is locked, and you need a key. That seems like the more important one. What does Tilden have to do with volleyball? Or possibly football? Nice, good.
Done.
Alright, let's see. Making sure I'm not missing a secret door. Ooh! A desk! Hello, Keldor. You see a sturdy man who looks like he's just bursting with vitality. His face is tanned and lined, and his black beard is beginning to show hints of white. Hail, stranger, and well met. What can I do for you this fine day? Questions? What do you want to know? Who you? My friend, I am Kildor of Durian, and one of the factotums of the Godsmen, nominally in charge of this place, while our true high-ups are gone in conclave. Love a conclave. Can you tell me about this? What can you tell me about this place? This is the Great Foundry, home of the Believers of the Source, the Godsmen. Here we make items to ship all over the plains. We're renowned in many worlds. Only the best work here. It said that you've got a staff... It said that we've got a staff of smiths that rival those in Mount Clangeddon. Mount Clangeddon itself. Personally, I don't think we're that good, but we are close. Can you take on additional work? Sadly, we cannot. We're engaged in a long-term contract right now that's taking up most of our resources. Perhaps when we've finished in a matter of years. My apologies. I do not want to join the Godsmen, or Guardsmen. I'd like to see the secret project. Hey, can I go in the can I go in the forbidden room? I'm sorry, it's forbidden. I can't give you that until you prove yourself a friend of the Godsmen. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's our path. Tell me more about your faction. How do I join? What are the beliefs? Tell me the faction's history. What do I get for being in the faction? What are the faction's enemies? What do you do anyway? Why are you named as you are? Nothing farewell. Okay, so we gotta find some way to help. And we did just get iron ore. So potentially we can use that to, like, do some work, help them catch up, and then maybe that's enough. Hello? You see a bushy-haired man clowned? You see a bushy-haired man clowning in the corner, clad in the height of fashion. If you consider fashion to have died 50 years ago. So judgy all the time. I understand why he and Mort get along. Do we think the Nameless One was always like this, or is this incarnation this way because we've hung out with Mort? I'll take your answer in the comments. His clothing seems to consist of a tattered street urchin rags, and he seems to affect a disdainful manner towards those around him. Or that might be his actual manner. Doesn't even glance at you until you speak to him, and then his eyes begin searching your face carefully. Do you want something? Who you? I'm Nil Xander, great-grandson of the artificer Zero Xander, engineer, dreamer, creator. I finished his work, the work that you commissioned, the Dream Builder. You ready to claim what it is? Yeah, what's that? It's both machine and ritual. It's a state of mind and a construct of steam and blood. It grants dreams to those who enter its confines. It was built for you, and it's waiting for you. Are you ready to finish it off? It's been waiting for decades. Let's do it. What I need to begin the final stages of the Dream Builder is a piece of your skin immersed in your blood. That's most of my skin. The machine can familiarize itself with your physical essence. It must be in a blue-green bottle to symbolize the dream sea on which you will float. Huh. I don't know that I want to give you that. Right, thank you. Nameless, you're just wearing pants and boots, my guy. Flesh and blood, I've given enough of that lately. Flesh, blood, bottle, right. Be right back. Okay. We could empty this bottle. It is green.
also okay. We're gonna save here. I think that's actually a good place to stop. I think we're gonna take the win. We immediately walked up and found the guy that our receipt is for, and we also know that potentially if we do a favor for the Godsman, we can get into the secret project room, and that sounds like fun as hell. So I think I'm also trying to do that. That's gonna be Thursday when, fingers crossed, everybody will have regular ass internet back, which will make me very happy. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. I thank you so much for stopping by and putting up with me wandering in circles, desperately trying to find a receipt, not knowing exactly how to swallow a cat to catch a mouse to catch a whatever. That whole sequence, pants and boots and boots and boots and boots and cats and boots and cats. I can just tell you where to get the bottle because there's no clues I'm aware of. There's no clues? I have a few places that I am gonna think to start, but I probably won't run in circles too much on that. But like there's an apothecary and there's a curiosity shop. If neither of them have it, then I'll probably be like, all right, where's the bottle? But again, that on Thursday. In the meantime, JJ, you're streaming Dread still? I have been, due to my lack of internet, very behind on my VOD watching. But if so, we'll toss a raid your way. Oh, I just saw I'm going on. Haha. Never mind. She's so quick. So with that, hang out if you want to see something a bit more action oriented with a probably much better direction. And we'll send along to twitch.tv/if_when_y, where JJ will be streaming, I believe, some Metroid Dread. All right. I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. I would ask Benny to help me end the stream, but I think he's enjoying our screened-in porch and the weather that has suddenly become reasonable again after a heavy rain finally. Hope you all are having good weather as well, and we'll hope to see you next time. Good night.